Sessions presents A Peter Griffin Christmas, featuring such standards as
Okay.
That they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
Welcome to the AFC East Shakedown. I'm your host, Tommy. Joining me is Anthony from Jets Life Podcast, representing those New Jersey Jets. And below me is Mr. Juan, representing the New England Patriots. What up, gentlemen, man?
I'm half the reason why we're here today, so don't blame me.
You are. That is true. Well, hey, yeah, Anthony's not the reason why. Captain D and Curtis definitely aren't the reason why either.
I'm still happy to join you guys.
Thank
you,
Anthony.
You're here too. I'm very happy.
I'm a trooper. Right?
You are.
You're the
here. You know why?
I'm hoping somewhere in the next 25 years, I'll be the reason we're here. Somewhere.
Because you're here. Listen, we're gonna do this. Just for you.
Wasn't much of that this year, so might as well do it while we're here.
Just to make you feel better. Our season. Scott Blakely.
That's a wild card weekend.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, that's a dream, bro. That's a dream.
First time in 15 years.
Yeah, it's true. Juan, I am so sorry, but the good news is your Patriots have a bright future again.
We're not even playing each other yet. You got a game before me. You might not be playing after, or I might know before we know. And you're talking about me. My game's at 1:00 tomorrow. Just remember that. You're talking a lot, man. You're Scott.
Juan with
Scott all year, man.
I know. You guys had that clash. No bones. Patriots get themselves a first place schedule next season. They better make the most of this opportunity. What are you going to say about that, Juan?
What am I to be scared of? I don't understand what to be scared of.
Juan is, listen, guys, this is a new Juan. This is Juan before you guys kind of knew Juan. This is when Juan's Patriots were doing things, right? This is before you guys got to really know Juan. When you first met Juan, things were kind of going the wrong direction for the Patriots. You got the grumpy Juan, the pissed off Juan. Now you get the cocky Juan. You get the Tom Brady Juan is what we like to call him.
I promise you. You do not have that version of me. That version of me died a long time ago.
We got the Bill Belichick Juan right here, man. One of many Bill Belichick's kids right here below us is Juan Belichick. Welcome to the show. We appreciate you coming on here.
He said, I'm a heel. I love being a heel, man. Those are my favorite characters in wrestling, dude. I love being heel.
He did. He used to go to many trips to the massage parlor back in Jacksonville. He has many memories with his grandpa.
I did. No,
Bill Belichick.
I'm not Kraft.
With Robert Kraft. Him, Bill, Robert, they all had some good times back in Jacksonville. Or wherever that hillbilly city was in Florida.
I think it was Jacksonville.
Was it? Yeah. What the fuck was your owner doing? Who was I talking to about that the other day? Was it Captain D?
He's had an interesting 10 years. You know, last 10
Yeah.
years.
Like the dude got into his private jet to go to some fucking hole in the wall massage place in Jacksonville. I mean, I get it. He probably was like, hey, if I go here, no one's going to know Robert Kraft. So, like,
Psych.
how embarrassing, man. Poor guy. But what happened with that? They just swept it under the rug?
Oh yeah,
Because he was just getting tongue-tugged. And then
Yeah, he just happened to take a long trip to the greatest massage parlor.
Deshaun Watson got treated like a villain, like of all villains. Then Robert Kraft does that. Everyone forgets. Yeah.
Right. Hey, this old guy.
One has a lot more money.
Yeah,
that's true.
Two,
a lot more power.
They didn't say he was forcing people to do the tongue-tug. He was
That's true.
They offer
the tongue-tug.
Right, it's true. It's true.
They offer.
There is a big difference. They
offer with a slight upcharge.
Exactly. Maybe a little bit of
Oh my
in
god.
Just a smidge. It's just a smidge.
Good old times. Good memories in New England, huh, Juan?
When was that? 18, 19? I forget what year that was. I know it was before COVID.
Wasn't it like the year after the whole Deflategate shit happened?
Yeah, let's get into that Deflategate. Let's talk about that one.
So it was like one year after another. You guys were like in the news with some weird ass shit.
Yeah, let's get into that Deflategate. What's going on with that?
You want to see old one? He might come out. 2014 was the time.
So you guys got your camera crew over there in LA this week?
Oh no, it's in my thing though. We don't need that. Maybe you guys.
No, okay. Man, yeah, I got you. We got to be careful. with the camera crew. All right, Scott. All I got is talk. I have no Super Bowl rings. Now no division. Look, you're stealing everything from us, you bastards over there in New England. I mean, you couldn't just leave us alone, right? You have enough hardware. Get out of here. But of course you're back.
2019 is when it happened.
Fucking greedy guys over there.
That was the last year.
At the Orchids of Asia Day Spa. If you're looking for a spot.
Right. If you're looking for the world's best massage.
Jupiter, Florida.
Just tell them I know Kraft.
Yeah, Robert Kraft. You know how much money it probably cost to fly out there? Like the jet. Let's get that jet going on, man. Nobody could do a massage like, what is it called? What's the place called?
I just closed it up.
Man. Asia Orchid. Orchid of Asia. Nobody does a massage like the Orchids of Asia, man. Anyways, so guys, this is a wild card edition show. For those who are watching, we normally don't do this, but we figured why not? Let's do it. Maybe we'll do it next year as well. So this podcast, obviously, we're going to get into the wild card weekend, and then we're going to also dive into our regular season, right? Just as a whole. Just kind of talk about how our teams played and, how the season has gone or whatever. So obviously the Dolphins guys aren't here, Curtis and Captain D. So we'll just sum it up.
The misery.
Yeah, they suck. Right?
Because
they fired.
May have been like worse on the field, but off the field, there was no question. The Dolphins,
dude. Dolphins. So they fired their GM. Obviously, everyone knows that somewhere mid-season. Mm-hmm. They said they were going to keep McDaniel. They wound up firing McDaniel 2 days after. Right, and Harbaugh. Oh no! To no surprise, by the way, getting interviewed for the job. Mm-hmm. Came out today, or I think yesterday. So of course, I have a feeling they're going to make a sick offer.
That came out like. When there was 7 openings, there was like Harbaugh's even reached out by 7 teams. Like, all right, why would the Ravens call him? Obviously, there's another team. And then like hours later, it was like, oh, Miami has reached out to him. It's like, damn, that's
Miami.
Yep.
That just tells you,
dude. Ross was obsessed. Ross was obsessed with getting his brother as a coach. He couldn't at the time. I think he chose to go back to Michigan or whatever the deal was.
True. I remember. You're right.
Yeah, he's a Michigan guy. He has ties with both of them. Mm-hmm. And I have a feeling, bro, like you're going to see a sick contract offer to John Harbaugh where he can't refuse it. Like you'll see. Ross is going to throw him a ridiculous amount of money, and Harbaugh will bite, and he'll take that job. Even though maybe he might not even want that job, but the money will just be a crazy amount. It'll be something like a 4-year deal, 5-year deal. You know why? Because Ross wants, one, because he has a relationship with both of them, and two, he knows it's a name and he needs some kind of something for the fans. He needs something, right? And Harbaugh's a huge name.
He's a stable coach who's a super.
He's a stable coach. Exactly. So fans, he wants fans to get off his case, get excited again. He's the perfect candidate. He's going to give him a huge deal. You guys watch. I told Captain D, watch. I said, bro, once Harbaugh got fired, I told him, bro, watch. You're going to see. Mike McDaniel might be gone. Mike McDaniel fired the same day or the next day after saying he was going to stay and be searching for the GM. I'm like, bro, come on, man. You know damn well that they're going to interview Harbaugh now. 100%. So, that's what's going to happen. I just don't see otherwise. But they did hire, I think, the GM or former GM or assistant GM of the Packers. I don't know much about him, but they're saying that's a good hire. Do you guys know anything about him? Yeah. For a Packers assistant or something like that.
Executive from the Packers.
Yeah, executive. They have high praise for him. So look him up real quick if you can, Anthony. But supposedly, he has a lot of high praise. So a lot of Dolphin fans seem excited. So we'll find out. I mean, I get it. I'm not going to torch the Dolphins. I've been down, obviously, maybe not you so much, Juan, but Anthony, whenever you get new GM, new coach, it's always somewhat exciting. You know what I mean? Now, for you, Juan, when you finally got, obviously your coach this year, obviously you got excited again and knew that things were going to change for the better.
Because of what happened.
Yeah, exactly. Plus the coaching staff and, so it was a turn of a leaf. You know what I mean? You kind of saw that happening anyways, even when you had Mayo the year before. You kind of knew what was going on.
I was not happy.
You knew Vrabel was sitting just waiting for his opportunity.
That was obvious. I'm surprised people didn't see that coming a lot of way.
I did. I'm shocked that I'm like, dude, that dude's gone. Who would take the Baltimore job? That's interesting. Joe Brady is getting interviewed, or they requested. I don't think Brady takes it. Yeah, probably. Brady is going to get an interview, our offensive coordinator, but I don't think they'll hire him.
I think Kubiak gets the job because he's working with McDonald over there, who came from the Ravens. So
you're talking about the coordinator in Seattle. Yeah,
Clint Kubiak. I think he's the move over there. Inside track, he understands. You can go right to his head coach and say, "Hey, how are things going on in Baltimore?" And obviously, we all understand their track record. They're a well-run organization. They run well at the top. And for a guy like Clint Kubiak, good offensive mind. Father coach in the league too. He knows more or less what he should be looking for in an organization. I think that's probably the obvious hire. Brian Flores probably going to the Raiders is a hot topic right now.
Flores, yeah, yep. He's ready for another head coaching opportunity. I think it's deserved by now. He did a good job in Minnesota. He did a good job in Miami. Let's be real. He did pretty good in Miami.
Yeah, he did.
He just kind of got hosed by the organization, and
they didn't like it, so they kicked him out.
Exactly.
He wanted Herbert.
He wanted Herbert, and then he didn't even want to play Tua, and they gave him a hard time over that. So he was in a lose-lose situation in Miami, and then he has the obviously suing Miami for the whole, trying to tank or whatever, and that's a whole mess, anyways. But that's the Dolphins season in a nutshell, man. They're in full rebuild mode. Pretty much. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what they do with Tua. More than likely, he gets cut.
We've been saying it all
At least
year.
they listen. Yeah, dude. Right? We've been saying it's the only way. You can't keep patching shit up. Captain D eventually got on board with that, but he was fighting it all year. You know what I mean? I know he likes McDaniel, and there are still people out there that think McDaniel's a good head coach. I don't. I think he's a good coordinator, but
mind,
but
not.
I don't even think we know about the coordinator thing because he was working under Shanahan as a run game coordinator. I don't think he was ever even an offensive.
No, he wasn't. You're right.
No, but he'll get an opportunity.
He was ever actually the OC over there.
He wasn't. He was pass game coordinator, I think, but he'll get an opportunity. He will, and we'll find out really. What he's all about. But I think he can be good at that. That's a totally different position. You don't need to be with the media all the time and control a whole team and all that. He just was not. It wasn't for him.
Good.
That's it. Yeah, man. Put your mind to one thing and be done with it, man. You don't need to worry about stress the rest, man. So maybe that'll be a better opportunity for him. But I don't think anyone's going to touch him as a coach.
See where he goes. I don't know if like he'll just run to San Francisco for a year and then go for an offensive coordinator job.
I think Detroit.
If he goes somewhere, Detroit will be decent.
I think Detroit.
Do something with Jared Goff.
Detroit.
They already reached out with him. So
that makes a lot of sense.
The interview.
They need some help with the offense side.
Yeah, Dan Campbell needs.
That's what coordinator standpoint. He just can't call plays. He needs to be the
yeah. And he has a lot of talent there. Detroit has a lot of offensive talent. So I think he would thrive.
The more
there.
you mention it, that's damn near a no-brainer.
Yeah,
right.
Detroit needs to go get him.
They do.
Damn, I don't even think him with Gibbs, with Montgomery, with Jamison Williams. Well, that's broken,
dude. Speed. He has everything. I mean, really, and he has a quarterback that's reliable. I mean, I'm not a big golf fan, but at least he's reliable. You protect him. He's gonna, you know what I mean?
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah, dude. And honestly, Dan Campbell's a perfect coach because he's going to let him do him. Like he's going to trust. Yeah. He's going to trust him, and he's good with his coaches. He has good relationship with his coaching staff. Even the one he fired, he was still cool with. He kept him on the squad the whole. He didn't even need to do that. He kept him on the team the whole year. The OC that he pretty much demoted. He could have just let him go. He just kept him around. So. He is good, everyone loves, coaching with Dan Campbell as least assistants, and who knows, maybe Mike McDaniel flourishes and gets another opportunity down the road, but I think it's perfect.
It's usually works offensive guys. Offensive guys usually get a second shot.
Yeah.
Defensive guys is hard.
Philadelphia, I think Detroit is the best option for him. I think he has the most opportunity.
Philly's not bad though, but I don't know how
they're not.
It hurts because I don't like Hurts. So, but I think Detroit is the one. I agree with you.
Last one is Tom Brady. I would say no. I would say Matthew Stafford. I would say Stafford was the last one, right? Look at Juan jumping the gun. You're right. I think Stafford is the last one. Pure pocket passer. Now, he's a little mobile. He was mobile more back in the day with Detroit, but he's still a pocket passer, in my opinion. So I would say, Stafford was the last. And who else has been?
It was back to back, but Brady was before that, and then it was him. So,
Stafford has to be. Yep. Rant. Josh Allen narrative. Best opportunity since the big three quarterbacks out of the playoffs. Newsflash, motherfuckers. J17 doesn't play on defense. Statistics prove King. Yeah, I mean, listen, guys, I've been saying this. This is the NFL. So excited for your game it's tomorrow. The ultimate team sport, man. I can't stand when they pick. Yeah, dude, it's crazy. General question: why isn't Tommy on the thumbnail of the stream? I'm not I'm not really.
You're a little Funko in the back.
Oh shit! You know what? I didn't even notice that. Why isn't the? Thank you for pointing that out, dude. I didn't even realize I did that. Hold on. Wow, I have a black background. Look at me, like going dark, man.
I thought you did that on purpose.
No. Oh man, thanks for pointing that out. Let me change that, man. Look at us, man. Wild card weekend, dark. It's dark here, dark and gloomy.
Dark
there we go.
We didn't pay attention.
Yeah, there you go. Sorry about that. Thank you for pointing that out. Sorry, I forgot Stafford.
You saw your thumbnail.
Bob said it earlier. My bad, Bob.
Your like show thumbnail.
Oh, I don't have a show thumbnail either? Get the fuck out of here.
No, you have the thumbnail, but she's saying, why are you not on it?
I am on it. I'm not on it?
No, all you have is the Funko Pop thing in the background.
What the fuck?
It's me, Juan, Curtis, Cat and D, and then you just have like a middle Funko Pop for the Bills.
Oh, it's me. I'm in the middle with the red hat. What are you talking about? Go look.
I'm looking.
Yeah, I'm right in the middle. I'm the host. I'm in the middle, man. I'm the prime superstar, man. Look, I'll remove everybody. Look. You ready, Anthony? It's on the background. Look.
That's what she's referring to.
Yeah.
In the background or whatever.
Yeah, come on, man. I gotta be front and center, man, because I'm the superstar here. No, that's not. Juan booing me. Oh my God!
It's all you, brother. It's all you.
It's all me. Everybody knows. But you know what? It's funny though. This whole thumbnail I did with us or whatever this season, I swear to God, Anthony, your picture is so spot on.
Looks miserable.
Yeah, you do look miserable.
Yeah.
You really do. Look at you. You're like, you're fucking Jets again. Fucking Jet. Another season. This fucking bullshit.
Is somebody's 12?
Yeah, why is it 12? Who's that? Randall Cunningham? It's a great jersey, but that's for the Eagles. Who would be 12? Name it, right? Joe Namath. Yeah. Look. Who would be number 12 after, like, that you can remember? Was Pennington 12?
No, Pennington was 10.
10?
Well,
I don't think anyone.
So what other good player was 12?
Oh,
that's it? Okay. Shit.
They retired his number, yeah.
All right. Now, I could change that in the future. Yeah. What jersey number would you like in the future? Would you like to go to a different jersey number?
Leave it.
Tyrod Taylor or something?
That's the last Super Bowl winner. You get it right there.
That's the only thing like about this team over the course.
I could change it to Justin Fields number.
Curtis Martin would be a good one. 28 Curtis Martin. I would. That would be another good option. Curtis was an animal.
Curtis Martin is good. Yeah.
That's his problem.
Right.
He left. We won Super Bowls. He tight.
Who, Curtis?
Yeah, so he left and he started winning Super Bowls.
No, Curtis didn't leave. He retired yet.
No, we're talking
Curtis?
Us first.
And
then he went to you guys. And he left to you. We started winning Super Bowls.
You guys had the first 2 years.
Yeah.
Revis would be another one. He left us to go win Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Revis. That would be another good one to wear. Man, after
who
that,
else? Mark Sanchez. That'd be a good one.
I like Sanchez, but that was a Revis team.
What's happening with him, by the way, real quick? Any updates with that whole situation?
He definitely got fired from Fox. He definitely got left from Fox. I think he's called the game since.
Golly, what a season for you guys, huh? Your former quarterback goes out on a stabbing, gets stabbed or whatever the hell he did. I mean, what a wild season if you think about it, huh? The Dolphins and their bullshit.
This year. That was literally the highlight.
Yeah, that was the highlight. That was the highlight from the Jets. Mark Sanchez going on a drunk, getting drunk in another city, going on a rampage, attacking the garbage man.
Crazy.
I mean, he's attacking the dumpster guy, the garbage truck guy.
The report came out when we were on the show, and we were all like, "Oh, sorry for
poor guy." Yeah,
good guy. Nice guy.
Next day,
that asshole. Next day, the news came out. It was not so nice, guy Sanchez.
right. Guy's pulling people out of his dump truck, fighting them. What's going on, man? Oh God, he doesn't want to talk about it though. He still hasn't talked about it.
Too many tequilas.
Yeah, he must have an issue. Maybe his stepdad was a dump truck guy and beat his ass when he was a kid. Something happened there. I don't know.
Daddy issue thing.
Yeah. God damn it! Brought back a flash memory of the garbage man. Ty got. You know what's funny? They mentioned that the other day on my buddy's show, Post Podium. I never knew that was a nickname for Tyrod Taylor. Did you know that, Anthony?
Yeah, I did.
See, bro, he played for my team. I've never heard that before. Did you ever hear that one? God, they called him Ty God Taylor.
No,
I guess it's been a thing for a while. I had no idea. There's pictures of Tyrod Taylor as Jesus.
You also know that. You also know that is like the real pronunciation. You also know
is it really?
Name is Tyrod, but he goes
Tyrod. Yeah.
His mom
Tyrod,
and everyone I think Baker is the one that brought it out. Like said, he would call him Tyrod as a joke, but he still goes by Tyrod, even though that's what his mom calls him.
Yeah, Rasheed Rice. Yeah, Rasheed Rice is he's not done yet. The other off-field stuff last year wasn't good enough. He's going to continue until he gets out of the league.
It's the Chiefs, though.
Beating up on his girlfriend, I guess.
That's the Chiefs. That's
in week one.
Yeah.
That's a
what a season.
They all do
He'll
that.
be fine.
Oh, my God.
The Jets will pick him up, and then he'll get a suspension.
Right, exactly.
No.
Scott coming in. Is Diggs at risk? I don't think so. It would be next year, if anything, right?
Nothing to do with this playoff. That's why I don't care. Nothing to do with this playoff run.
Yeah, they got to investigate and all that. Matter of fact, it may not even happen next year, depending on how the investigation goes. So, they usually take their time on those. So, got your AFC East prediction right here, pal. Bills will keep being good. The other teams, not too much. I like that. I do like that prediction. That's a.
It don't sound realistic though, but it's cool. Just believe what you want to believe.
I got Daryl. The only way that works is if it's irony. Like when somebody morbidly obese goes by time.
Which happens often.
Yeah.
I know T-Mobile as his nickname. T-Mobile I've heard over and over.
I did hear T-Mobile. Yes. Like that I did hear it. But Tyrod, I never heard of Tyrod.
What I'll say about Tyrod is when he's there, usually the guy that follows is probably going to be pretty solid. Like Josh Allen was there behind him for a little while.
And Justin Herbert.
Him and Justin Herbert. You had him and Baker Mayfield, although Baker kind of left Cleveland and things like that. But if you want to build a stable quarterback, just have Tyrod there. He'll get injured by week 2, week 3 anyway, and then your rookie's going to be – that's what the Jets' plan should be if they're picking a quarterback. Keep Tyrod around. He'll play the first
Tyrod,
and you open the door
I think he winds up being like, what's that guy's name? Josh Johnson, the guy that's been in the NFL for like 50 years.
Like 25 teams. Yeah.
Right, yeah. Like I think Tyrod Taylor winds up being that guy. He's just going to keep getting checks, right? Just staying on, bouncing around. And why not, bro? He's getting paid millions of bucks. Play a couple games here and there, right?
He's
get
benched
legacy,
again. Though. He's one of the better
he's building it.
quarterbacks we've ever seen.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
Right, he's always talked about, by the way. He's always talked about at some point on a bad team during a season. Put Tyrod in, man.
There have not been many quarterbacks go for 300 yards wearing a Jets uniform. Josh Johnson is one of them.
There you go.
Yeah, the Tyrod doesn't have the same mystique as Ryan Fitzpatrick, but he's in that level, though. Fitzpatrick is something different.
Yeah, Fitzpatrick's weird. He would play outstanding, get that contract, and then suck, and then throw 7 picks, and then do it all over again.
Yeah.
Keep doing it.
Dude, he was different.
The Jets fell for that trap. The Rams fell for that trap.
Yeah, our whole division but my team is the only ones that he hasn't played for. He played for every other team too.
Miami?
The Miami game though, or did he? I think that was like the end of it. I think Miami.
That was the end of
Miami.
it.
I don't think he did the whole.
Didn't he go to the Bucks? I thought he went to the Bucks and had some like great games. Or that was that before Miami? Didn't he go to the Bucks?
He played with the Bucks too.
And throw for like 500 like yards 3 straight games or something crazy. Remember he set like record or something. And then he went to throwing like 6 interceptions right after. Something crazy like that. Yeah, bro. That's what he did though. I love Ryan Fitzpatrick though. He did not give a fuck. He's either gonna he is like Winston. Like Jameis Winston, they are identical the way they play, man. They'll have great games and they'll have some terrible games, man. I got the Bills beating the Jaguars first round. Shit. Can't bet against Josh Allen.
The Bucks did that thing where he was wearing the open shirt.
Yeah, that's when he had the chest hair out.
Oh yes, that's what I mean. When they loved him there for just a minute, and then he got benched. Or something happened, right? He got benched, or he moved on, or something like that.
He threw 1,000 picks probably, and then got benched. Yeah,
that works.
1,000 picks. All right, so that's the end of the Dolphins talk. So they're obviously they're doing.
For a second.
Yeah, they got a lot of work to do. Now, speaking of another team that has a lot of work to do, and look at him starting to drink already, Anthony.
No,
go ahead. Talk to us about. Oh, sure it is. Talk to us about the Jets regular season. Tell us how you think the regular season went. I mean, we know, but let us know from your point of view what your expectations were, and did it kind of happen the way you saw it happening?
I am interested in what you got to say, though.
Yeah.
Your Aaron Glenn takes is what I want to hear. Now that you got a whole 17 games worth, now I want to know.
Right.
My hope was that this would be a building block year, that Aaron Glenn would start to stabilize this organization, build a culture. Not a great team, but we're a good team. We're scrappy. We win a couple of games. Maybe we're a 6-7 win team. I think it has like 7 wins right there with like a floor of 5 wins was my hope, matching last year's 5-win total. Well, week 1 looked like it was heading in that direction. We had a solid game against Pittsburgh. Justin Fields looked like he was a solid pickup at quarterback, had an outstanding game. Defense let us down at the end of the game. And we all left that game on that next Saturday talking about, the Jets look like they're moving in the right direction. Well, that direction turned very fast.
We did. We all got suckered in.
The following week, 30-10 loss to the Bills. It was a no-show game, which is really unfortunate for a first-year head coach. Like, usually that stuff happens at the end of the season when the season's over for a team to not show up for week 2, first home game, I believe. No, the Steelers game was the first home game. But to no show like that, and it just went all downhill from there. 0-7 start. You had the Bengals game, got our first win of the year. Following week, trading a whole bunch of our players for some draft capital. We're loaded up for the future, but we end the season with, a victory against the Rams and then a conscious effort to tank the rest of the way, benching key players. Not benching, but, putting them on injured reserve. Garrett Wilson could have been back like 3 or 4 weeks ago, I think it was, and they decided to shut him down, make sure he's healthy for next year, which I agree with. The last thing I want is that guy it was a knee problem that he was having. And he apparently was 100%. The last thing you want is that injury to kind of creep up again. Get back to training camp, see how things go. And then started Brady Cook for 5 games, 6 games, whatever it was. And that guy was just awful. The only positives you can really talk about this team is that the offensive line looks good. 3 guys on there look solid. 2 first-round picks of tackles. They're both here long term. Joe Tippmann, moving over to right guard. He was a center for a while. He played outstanding as a guard in his first season there. A lot of people thought when he was coming out of the draft he'd be a guard. Picking second overall, that trade for Sauce looks a lot better now than it did at the time. I mean, it still looked like a great trade at the time, but now that Colts basically bottomed out this season, that pick goes from a pick that I expected to be late 20s, mid-20s, somewhere around there, to be in the 16th overall pick. So the Jets are picking top 16 2 times. A lot of money to go with, but this season was just, it ended the way not many expected and leaves a lot of questions for this head coach. A lot in this fan base think he should have been one and done. I believe that's, probably should have been the case. The issue is that they allowed him to make all those trades knowing that they were going to tank the rest of the way. The concerns I have, obviously, 0-7 is not a great start to the season. Whether you're tanking the rest of the way, you still started off 0-7. 3-9, if you really want to consider those 3 games, whatever, that they won in the middle. That's not great for a fan base to kind of stick behind. He's got a lot of work to do, and obviously next year he's going to be on the hot seat. They cannot start off poorly. That's why I do believe they're going to be aggressive this offseason. This entire regime is on the hot seat. They've got to get this thing turned around. And yeah, is it pressure? Obviously, being in year 2, sure. But when you have the season that you had, this stadium was completely empty. If anything, it was filled with fans from the other teams. That's not something the ownership wants to see, obviously. They're picking second overall. And whether you like what you saw last night out of Dante Moore or not, if he declares he's probably the guy that they're picking there, doesn't matter. It's just the way it's going to be. They need a quarterback. They're not going to put their careers behind Marcus Mariota or Malik Willis. I doubt that that's going to be the case. And Malik Willis probably doesn't want to come here. He probably wants to go to a team that has a good organization behind him. So at the end of the day, the season went very poorly. And we're in a situation, like many, where who's the head coach, who's the quarterback of the future? And that question could have been answered this year with a solid season, but unfortunately, we're living.
So you guys are keeping Glenn. You're confident they'll keep Glenn.
Yeah,
give him another year. Okay.
Yeah,
you guys got the fourth best salary cap going into the season too, in the offseason. So that's a positive.
They can make some more money too. I think they can get up to $100 million with Justin Fields, not restructuring, but
dumping them.
June 1.
Yeah.
A few players can be cut that aren't considered long-term answers. A couple of restructures for a guy like Harrison Phillips, former Bill, had a solid season this year. You can restructure him, add a couple years to his contract, and make some space there. They can get up to $100 million. And here's the thing: say what you want about the Jets, and there's this thing going around that if you're Dante Moore and you have an option to come out, you would choose to stay in college because you don't want to come to the Jets. Whatever. The Jets are a shit show. Have they been the poster boy for developing quarterbacks? No. But I would say out of all the teams picking in the top 10, as far as like teams that need a quarterback, the Jets are probably positioned the best to be able to put that quarterback in a successful situation. The Jets offensive line, as I mentioned earlier, 3, first, second round picks that all show promise. He's going to be well protected. They're bringing back Myers as center. So again, some stability there.
Yeah. As a receiver. As running back.
Wide receiver.
Yeah.
They're probably going to use either that 16th pick or the 33rd pick on another wide receiver. Breece Hall will likely be back on a franchise tag. You have some weapons around this guy. Tell me other team, Browns, like their offensive line was terrible. Who's their number one wide receiver that you would trust? Brock Bowers with the Raiders. Yeah, maybe that's a good situation, but that offensive line is also terrible and needs some work. They have Genty as well. Listen, there's no secret about it. If you're picking in the top 10, you suck. That's the way it is. That's every freaking team that's picking in the top 10. That's why you're picking top 10. That's the way the NFL works. Unless you're a team like the Rams that made a successful trade that got you there. But the fact of the matter is the Jets are picking there, and there's $50 million on the table for Dante Moore if he decides to declare. And if he doesn't, you'll probably get $5 to $6 million, $7 million in NIL. That's not the same as $50 million. So it's not going to come down to money. If it comes down to anything, if he wants to win a championship, if he feels like he needs another year to develop, that's one thing. But to sit here and say that the Jets are not the best situation for a quarterback to succeed with the talent around him, the head coach is a major question mark. But if that rookie comes out and shows some promise like Jackson Dart did this year, the job becomes very attractive because the following year we have 3 first-round picks, a second-round pick. Probably going to have another, I think, $85 million in cap space after we spend the money in free agency this year. We have $150 million in room right now, but they're going to use some of that money to get players this year. This is going to be an attractive job if Aaron Glenn and Muji don't turn this thing around this year, which I have my obvious reasons why I don't believe that's the case. That's just an easy target to say, the Jets aren't going to get a quarterback and successfully develop him. Let's be real. The Raiders picked Marcus Russell. We're not talking about him anymore. That guy was a complete bust.
We talk about him, all right.
No, we talk about him, but I'm saying we're not saying that's a situation you want to avoid. Zach Wilson, was that a development problem or was that a Zach Wilson problem? The guy was terrible. But the
Wilson problem.
The coordinator we had in place there, as I mentioned earlier, got Josh Johnson to throw for 300 yards. Mike White threw for 400 yards. Joe Flacco had 300-yard games. The only quarterback that couldn't throw for 300 yards was the guy, Zach Wilson. Obviously, tells me what the problem was. And obviously, the Jets kind of moved on from LaFleur because they wanted to point the finger at somebody for Zach Wilson's lack of development. That's potentially the issue you can have with Woody Johnson. But at the end of the day, listen, the Jets are what they are, but they are a good landing spot for a rookie quarterback because you have all this capital to be able to work around and build around that player in the next 2 years.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think you guys have more of a supporting cast, I guess, of players than the other bad teams that they could potentially go to. So I'm with you on that. Badass is not a Jets fan, but Glenn deserves another year, and I believe that's it too. Listen, the only time you fire a coach after 1 year is if there's some kind of real disconnect between the coach and the owner and the GM. Like there has to be Mayo. There has to be but that was already set in place. I think they had to have Mayo because of the contract thing and from Belichick. So that was different. But I'm talking about a 1 year coach that it just was not. That usually is a disconnect with the owner. Like the owner he must hate you in a way, right? Where it's like, nope. Because usually, I always say I say 3 year rule. I say 3 year rule for me. Now after 2, if he hasn't done anything, I do. I like 3 years, but look, if you're on a full rebuild, if you're on a full rebuild though, it takes time to you have to cut players. You have to redo your most of the time. Like you guys right now are good. Like Aaron Glenn has everything in his hands right now, like this offseason. Ton of draft capital, ton of money. Like if you can't in year 2 with all that, then you move on from them, right? But usually teams that have new general manager, new coach, Normally, they got to go in there and just, man, clear the cap, and that takes a couple years itself, and then you got to find your quarterback. So I always say 2-3 years, but if he's just a terrible coach, and listen, yeah, you get rid of him. Just kind of like a quarterback, a rookie quarterback. You kind of know right away, and it is what it is. But
I think the writing was on the wall when they made those trades. I think anybody who thought that they were going to move out from him, depending on how the season ended, like when they traded Sauce Gardner and Quinn Williams, the 2 best defensive players, he was here. Like that's it. That's the end. They could have won games. They could have lost the way they did. He was going to be here. Next year, he cannot win 3 to 5 games. Like he's got
no. He has to show improvement. That's what I mean. Like there's no excuse. That's what I mean. There's no excuse now. Next year, that is, with all the capital you have, all the money you have, and also too. Oh shit, that falls on the GMs too. And the GM's responsible as well. So if the GM is not getting this guy talent, or the talent he's getting is subpar, right? Like the draft picks are just bad. That kind of falls on
this GM. So I think they're like
I know, but that falls on both. That's what I'm saying. So both, so both would have to go.
It's definitely
then the combo deal would have to be thrown out the window. So
I'm saying they both be out if
he just wants to remind you that the Jets stink. Just a heads up.
You get it.
What have I been saying for the last 5 years? Have I once said I expect them to Super Bowl next 5 years? And I literally signed the song. I said I hope I'm meaningful to be here on this on this beautiful Saturday afternoon one day in the next 25 years. Bro, it's not.
Scott, new coach should be first year observe, second year rebuild, 3-year execute. Exactly. Like there's steps to this. Unless he's just like I said, unless the owner just doesn't see it, he's so bad where just the decision making alone. Let's just say like decision making and because there takes more in a coach, I
think that's a normal trajectory. Like Salah had that trajectory. First year, observe. Second year, figure out what needs to be fixed, and it was moving in the right direction there. For Salah, they just whiffed on the quarterback to the point where they had to really kind of move things in a different direction. With Glenn, like he came in with the expectation that this was a win now roster. Like that was his expectations. It wasn't until halfway through the season he realized, this is not as easy as I thought it was going to be.
Who the fuck told him that? Who the fuck told him that's a win, Rod? Well, that's a terrible expectation.
That was his words in his press conferences.
Well, and then he fucked up his word. He needs to watch what he says because when you have the biggest question mark at quarterback, you better. I mean, that would be the last thing I would say.
But no,
you know what I mean?
He believed that this coaching and he's made comments to it. He believed that the reason why the Jets were not successful the couple years prior was, and he pointed the finger at Salah and the previous coaching staff, said coaching will make a difference. We will make a difference this year. And you did worse than Salah. You didn't have Rodgers, you didn't have Devontae, fine, but you swore up and down that you were going to turn Justin Fields into a pocket quarterback and allow him to use his legs when he needed to, and you didn't let him use his legs. You literally stripped that out of the game plan, which is completely ridiculous because that's his superpower is his legs. You literally did everything against natural thought process of what this team should have been. Like we talked about on the show, this strong offensive line, Justin Fields, a running quarterback, Breece Hall. They should be one of the top few teams in the league in rushing, and they were, but not because they used Justin Fields' legs, because the offensive line was able to pave way for Breece Hall, pave way for Isaiah Davis, and Braylon Allen didn't even play. But
he I think he was a little ahead of himself there then in the press conference.
Yeah, for sure.
I hope he learned a lesson there. But anyways, so that's the Jets season in a nutshell. You did make some smart moves though by getting rid of some players, adding draft capital. You got a lot of money.
Now
you got to get the right guys. Yeah. So the offseason, we'll find out what you guys do. I'm sure it's going to be an interesting one for you and your Jets. But that's that for the Jets.
We always win the offseason. Once the season starts out, it's a different story.
Harbaugh to Jets will get my attention.
Offseason.
As a Bills fan, if they get rid of terrible Tua, Harbaugh to the Jets. What do you think about Harbaugh to the Jets? Would you like that move?
Should happen, but no. That unless he says screw it, I want to rest a year, and then next year when the Jets are in the head coaching market, maybe. But Nah, he's not waiting a year. It sounds like he's aggressive to try and get something moving right away.
Sorry, panel extra goes because I'm nervous. Allen doesn't choke in the playoffs, though, bro. Like that's why I totally disagree with some of you guys. Like, man, I love you guys, Bills Mafia, man, but and it's not all Bills Mafia, but I don't understand that take. Josh Allen in the playoffs has been great. Like, I mean, statistically, he's one of the best to do it. He sets records. Like, the dude has been outstanding. So this is an ultimate team sport, man. I don't has he made some mistakes? I'm sure he has, but statistically, dude has been on point. I mean, like, I would say Mahomes is the only quarterback because he has obviously hardware to show. And I'm talking about not Brady, by the way. Obviously, Brady, we're keeping him out of but I'm talking about as of recently. Mahomes is really the only, quarterback I would say that's played above. Yeah, that's yeah. Let's see here. This one. I admit Allen played a good one game when the kicker screwed up. Nah, dude. Like you're wrong.
Rile you up, dude. He's trying to rile you up.
Yeah, no, you're wrong, man. But listen, man. Hurts, listen, Hurts also won because his defense was fucking electric.
The entire team was broken. Forget that. The entire offensive line.
The entire team was broken.
Right.
Team, was
right. He had an offensive line that was sick.
One of the worst players in that roster. That is not a debate.
Saquon Barkley was the focal point of that game.
I'm not record, by the way.
Yeah. Now look, Hurts played a good game. He did, no doubt about it. But
you can't put the game on his shoulders.
Dude. Let's be real here. Like the NFL is the ultimate team sport. This is not boxing. This isn't golf. This isn't one guy. You know what I mean? Like this is the whole. Everything has to go right, man. Everything. So. I just can't do that unless if Allen was consistently playing like shit in the playoffs, turning the ball over, just underperforming every single, I would say, you know what? Okay. Yeah, he just chokes at the wrong time, but that's not the case, guys. Come on, man. Be realistic. But hey, whatever, man. Look, I got Jaguar fans coming in this morning. I'm checking comments saying they are the new Chiefs. They are taking over, like they are going to be the Chiefs now. Of the AFC, like this is what I'm hearing, guys. So
of bottom feeder teams, bro, like they kill me. They can never have nice things, and that is why. Because who are you? Who are you?
I don't like it's like what have you done to even jump on that?
They made one say that AFC Championship game. What 8 years ago?
Right, it's
a reason to talk. Who are you?
You are the new Kansas City Chiefs, and I told him, bro, you're not gonna. I don't trash talk. I don't like. So if you thought I told him if you thought I'm gonna respond to something like going this back and forth, I said, look, man, we'll find out what you guys are made of. That's all I can tell you. But you know what? If they lose that guy, those fan bases will be. They wouldn't be nowhere to be found. Right?
Because this guy is going crazy. Let's have a conversation. When have you seen a playoff? Like roster, I'm talking about in terms of all 14 teams who are in the playoffs, NFC, AFC. Is there a definitive winner? Because I don't see that. I think this has been the most parity that we've ever seen in the playoffs and probably in the history of the league. I have zero idea. I have no inkling. I have no gut feeling of who's going to win because I don't. Do you guys do? Because I don't.
If you realize,
everybody is pretty close together.
This is you're talking about this, yeah.
A lot of people throwing the predictions out there are saying Bills in the AFC because of experience in the playoffs, or Denver getting a popular vote because of Sean Payton being there. He's been there before. On the NFC, there's the popular opinion is the Rams also because they've been there before. The 49ers
they play like shit for the last month.
A lot of people trying to like leverage to the teams that they know as being those teams that are going the way.
Exactly.
But you never know.
You never know. That's my point. Because you're not using actual football knowledge.
Big shock
because they've been there. That's why that's what I'm saying. There's never been more parity. I have no idea when it comes to X's and O's and actual on-field production. I've never seen a playoff in my 20 years of watching this sport. Never seen more parity than this. I have no idea. So to answer your dumb question, yes, the Bills have
Jaguars.
A chance. No question they have
Jaguars,
a chance. The only team that I will tell you right now that's not winning is fucking Pittsburgh. They ain't winning shit. That I'll tell you.
Yeah, that's the one team.
Everybody has.
The Chargers in that mix. Chargers. There's no way that offensive line is surviving.
They're too injured. They're going to win tomorrow night. That's
if they make it through this week, there's no way they go the brunt of an NFL playoffs with that offensive line. There's no way.
No, he's injured. He has a broken left hand, so he can't even grip the ball right. He's playing with fifth string offense. Now we're gonna win tomorrow. I'm not confident on that. So they're too injured. But everybody else outside of bum ass Pittsburgh has a chance.
Yeah,
no question about that.
I'm with you. And Chargers, I would say too. I think the Chargers and Pittsburgh are kind of on the same.
Panthers.
Yeah. And Panthers are on the NFC. You're right. Panthers are just barely snuck in there. But look,
win the division because the two losers won a game for you. I've never seen that either.
Yeah. Since Patriots,
they need Atlanta to make it a 3-team tie is why they need Atlanta to make it a 3-team tie.
Josh Allen. Let's see here. Patriots guy. My Bills friends get so mad at me because I think May is great. MVP and cocky. So look, man. May is really good. Like,
quarterback, yes, but
I'm with you. And they shouldn't get mad. Like, you know what's crazy? Like Bills fans, like, they don't get mad at me, but they hate Tom Brady. Like, I don't. Like, it's weird. Like, I respect players. Like, I know it's like a funky take, and maybe I should hate him, but why? Like, because he was great and they ran. That's not it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, I can't. I'm not going to hate a guy because he fucking won Super Bowls and he beat every fucking team. It wasn't just my team. He beat everybody. So I'm not going to hate greatness.
He beat every team. He even beat the Patriots in his second to last
He beat every fucking team pretty much. You know what I mean? So, like, my point is I don't hate any. Look, man, good. If you're good, you're good. I'm not going to, you know what I mean, hate that player. So, but as far
as any team.
Look, as far as the playoffs go, man, like teams that are in it, look, man, I respect every team that's in the playoffs this year. I think every team is in it for a reason. It's deserved. The records are, except for the few that we talked about and whatever, it's still deserved. They got in there. So now I think this is the craziest playoffs. I think it's kind of like college right now. What happened in college with Miami going unpredictable, you know what I mean? Thank you. Let me properly do that. But Ohio State not being in, Alabama not going to change, like all the regulars kind of, Indiana and Miami, like nobody saw that coming. So, kind of like college this year
was insane.
Dude, Indiana wrecked them. But that's not going to happen to Miami. I'm going to tell you right now, Miami's defense is different. And we're just it's kind of like the way Miami plays is a little bit similar to how Buffalo does, where they are a run first team. They are win at the trenches. The only difference is they got some fucking playmakers on the defensive line. We really don't have those type of playmakers. They have some studs on the defensive line. But anyways, back to the our wild card, man. Just not wild card, but the playoffs. Every team, man. I love my team's chances, of course, every year. As long as we're in, I love our chances. We got Josh Allen. Like,
you should.
I'm always right. It doesn't matter. Like, we always have an opportunity to go to Super Bowl if you got that kind of quarterback, right? If you get into the dance, the regular season guys is pushed to the side. However,
the records is 0-0, baby.
Records is 0-0. Yeah. But I'll say this. It's funny to me, man, when we talk and we go through a course of a season, right? We sit here on AFC East Shakedown, we go through week 1 through 18, right? And we do these fucking, we'll go through, week 2, week 3, we'll say, this team's the hottest team. Watch out for this team. Dallas is, nobody wants to play Dallas. Remember that? Nobody wants to play that. Dallas didn't even make the playoffs. Detroit at one point. No, look at Detroit. They just squashed Chicago at one point. Like, they're back to being the Lions because they lost the first week, I believe. Oh, and then boom. They're fucking downhill, right? They're up and down. They didn't win 2 games in a row. I think the last time they did was in September. So look how their season went. You got the Chiefs. Wow, who saw that coming, right? The Ravens missed the playoffs. Ravens had like 6 Pro Bowl or 7, whatever their fucking amount was, right? On paper, people had them going to Super Bowl. They had the unbelievable roster. Didn't even make it to the playoffs. You had teams like the Rams, who nobody wanted. Bro, they lost to the Panthers. Like, every team this year has had, my point is, every team has had their stretch of bad weeks or bad games or had a letdown. Now, the teams that actually got to the playoffs, they figured it out. Even though they had their little bad stretch, they had some bad games, and the teams that didn't are the teams, obviously, like the Ravens, like the Bengals, like the Lions. So, look, man, that's why I respect all these teams I got in there, because every single team had some adversity to go through, and they got through it. Every team. Houston didn't start off great. They fucking finished off strong. Jacksonville, I'll give them credit. They didn't start great, and they fucking finished great, right? Buffalo had a weird season. We still won 12 games. People talking about Jacksonville and squashers. Guys, Jacksonville had one more win than us. This isn't a Buffalo barely sneaked in playoff team. This is a 12-5 going against 13-4. Right,
if you
right.
Like 13, you would have got it.
Like, right. So, like, what are we talking about when we're talking about Buffalo getting squashed? Like, can we lose? Of course. But can we win? Of course we can. Like,
that's
stop
the point.
it. Right. Ain't nobody getting squashed here. Like, listen, I'll say this. I think, and when we'll go through the games, but I think New England should easily handle the Chargers, in my opinion. I just think the Chargers, and we'll get through that in a minute, but I just feel like the Chargers are going in. And when I said this earlier for my team, I didn't want to go into the playoffs on fumes, right? Meaning, you're banged up, you barely squeezed in there. That's never good, right? And I think the Chargers are one of those teams. I think like the Panthers are Pittsburgh's one of those teams where they just kind of, the Packers. The Packers just squeezing in, right? Injured, just not playing good down the stretch. Like, these are the teams where, I don't have a lot of confidence in. They'll probably have early exits. But Buffalo, we're not going in on fumes. We barely lost to Philly, which we probably could have won if our kicker doesn't miss the extra point. Maybe we go to overtime, but at that point, who gives a fuck? It was the playoffs.
It's what pass and
or Allen could. Yes, I'm saying so. Like, but who cares?
Pass. He was a little.
That it was a low foot, man.
I'll leave him alone. Nobody cares.
No, I'm not saying, but that's how close they were. Like, if he was,
that's how close we were. Yeah, exactly.
He gets that completion 9 times out of 10. And
9 times out of 10. Yeah, and you know what though? Once again, it didn't even matter at that point. We called that play because you already punched your ticket, right? And
you wanted to get out of here. That's exactly what happened.
You want to get out of there.
Losing to the Dolphins. You weren't catching them. That's
Tommy, the odds of McDermott winning the Super Bowl is the same odds of Miami winning the championship. You're funny, Scott. Look, man. I'll say this, Scott. I don't care. It's funny. Like, once again, because I hear it from people all the time as a Bills fan, but. Look, man, we got to the national championship, right? We fucking fought our asses off. We were underdogs against Ohio State, against Texas A&M. I don't want to hear it. When we beat Texas A&M, you know what I heard, Scott? You're going to beat Ohio State's going to fucking mop the floor with y'all. And bro, we beat Ohio State. Then you know what I heard about Ole Miss? Oh, they're going to put all these points on you. Blah 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 blah. We fucking beat Ohio, and we put more. So you know what, man? We earned this. We'll see what happens. You know what I mean? It is what it is, but we're here. We got to the final. We got to the championship game, so you can't take that away from us. So, and that's one thing Buffalo hasn't gone to.
Ohio State and then Ole Miss, right? Those are the 3 games you guys played?
Ole Miss, yeah, man. So, you know what? Bring it on, man. Look, it is what it is. We earned the right, man. We got there. We're at the national championship game, and look, man, I'm not a fan of McDermott. Y'all know that, but it ain't all about him, man. It's about what Josh Allen could do, really. It's that's what I've been saying. If we win, it's not because of our coach. I'll give him credit, obviously, but it's really because of McDermott. I mean, because of Allen, more than likely. Tommy, in my opinion, we're screwed because same reason as always, no pass rush, only we do have okay defense tackles for one. So I'll get into our game and why I'm not really overly concerned this playoffs, honestly. It's not the best playoff team from the Buffalo Bills going into the playoffs. Yes, I agree with that. Offensively, this is maybe one of the worst since 2019. Now it's crazy that we're top 3 offense in the league. So but we're clunky. We have a clunky offense at times. Our pass game is not the greatest in the world. But at the end of the day, man, you know, I would say this about our team. Our defense, which is crazy. I'm never, going, hey, our defense is going to do their job. I would say this, the last month of this year, the Buffalo Bills defense has stepped up. And that gives me a little bit more comfort going into the playoffs. I normally don't have that kind of comfort, guys. I normally go, our defense is going to be terrible. And it's played better, I got to say. So if there's any positive going into the playoffs this year is that our defense has actually stepped up over the last month. So let's see, because they're going to need to do that if our offense is still clunky, meaning getting out the gate slow, trailing at the half. You're going to need the defense to continue to play good, especially in the second half. So we'll see what happens. You getting McD tat? Yeah, I told you guys I will. And I have no problem getting a McDermott tattoo if we win. Of course, I don't give a shit. Anyway, so
something you said on the podcast, something like that. I've seen that a couple times. Is that something that you?
Yeah, so it's a lifetime bet. If McDermott is our head coach and we win a Super Bowl, mind you, I will get a McDermott tattoo of him like clapping or something with Buffalo Bills. And it's going to say like, I heart McDermott. Like, I'll do something like that. I have no problem with that. Why would I care? We won a Super Bowl. I'd be happy as shit. But yeah, that bet's still on. And you never know. Look, you never know. But anyways, how did your season go, Juan? I know you're excited, but is it what you expected?
No. We were way better than what I expected.
Right. I mean, like, what was your expectations is what I'm saying.
My expectation was very similar to yours. We're going to go 8-9, 9-8, compete for a wild card spot, have Drake May be a second level, kind of what like Caleb Williams kind of starting to become now, because he made a nice little jump at the end of the season. I thought May would do something like that, but not an MVP. I wouldn't see that happening. I expected the defense to be better than what they are. I am not happy. That's, to me, my Achilles heel of the team is the defense. I don't like my defense at all.
Okay.
It scared me. I thought they were going to be better, and I thought the offense would just be like a little better than what they were at like 21. Because 21 were like a good rush team, but you didn't really believe in the passing game because Mac Jones is Mac Jones. But I thought we're going to be maybe a step higher than that, which is good. We're going to be a good rush team, and then May with his legs will be a lot better, be a little bit more reliable, cut down on turnovers a little bit. Like, that's what my expectation was. A nice wild card team.
When did what part of the season were you like, damn, maybe this team can,
it might
be a 10+
win against you.
Is that when you started feeling like, damn, this could be a reality?
That was a primetime game on the road against the best player. It's like, and May just went ape shit in that fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Like,
so that's when you had a little bit like higher expectations.
Yeah, that's early. We're not a wild card team anymore. I said it like that. No, I think this is an 11-win, 12-win. I knew from there. I'm like,
okay. I think the next big sign though for the Patriots was like, yeah, obviously big showing to beat Buffalo, and let's be real, teams win against teams all the time, whatever. I think the biggest sign was that after that stretch, you played a bunch of bum teams and
we beat the hell out of the trash.
Beat every single one of them. No trap game interfered. I think that was probably the biggest showing. Like, yeah, you guys beat the Bills. Okay, you won a game. Good job. A game you were well underdog on the road. All those accolades you just mentioned. But the fact
you didn't turn into the Falcons, basically.
Right. No, you didn't go Falcons. You didn't beat the Bills and then end up sucking the rest of it. You actually went through
a gauntlet. You did.
And you beat every single one of them.
That's a good point. That's a very good point. And that was all on the road, too. Mm-hmm. That was like 4 road games.
Yeah.
I think you said, I think it was like 4 games, whatever it was, 5 games, whatever. And I think you were like, we're going to lose like 1 or maybe even 2 of these games.
Yeah, because that's realistic.
Yeah, it's realistic.
Right. You was right. A letdown game. Yeah, a letdown game here and there. I
losing. Oh, the Bills, right? Was that the only game you had lost in between?
Yeah, Bills.
That's the only game we lost. We escaped.
How'd you lose to the Raiders? Oh, my God. That's such a long time ago.
Week 1, bro.
That's crazy.
It's week 1. And you know what's so funny about that? People continue to like try to throw that at us because the Raiders #1 pick. I'm like, bro, that was week 1. Like, you know how much insanity happen in week 1? I mean, no offense, but you would know that because what did you do?
And the Pittsburgh game,
so crazy.
like the Pittsburgh game, you lost, and I was like, I still had you guys. I had you guys at 9 this season. I had you in second to start. I think that was my prediction: 9 wins, second place. I had the Jets in last, Dolphins in third. Which it winded up. I was close, but I didn't think you would win the division. Even when you beat us, I'm like, you know what I mean? I still had you at 9, 10.
The way we did it, the way that Vrabel had that team ready to go is what impressed me because that's what I was looking for. The way the defense was so physical and they were so locked in, I'm like, okay. And then I see the offense sputtering a little bit down the stretch, and then they were able to recover, and then Drake May just took the game over.
Yeah, he did.
That's what got me. I said, this is elite shit that I'm seeing. This isn't a lucky win. This isn't, maybe we just outplayed the. Like, no, this stuff is sustainable. That's what came to me. That's why I'm like, nah, this team is a lot better than I thought. And then, like Anthony said, that stretch, we beat up all the trash.
It was the stretch, which is not easy.
I'm like, I'm like, okay.
You always have, always have a letdown game, and you didn't. That was the key to your season. You really didn't have any, outside of the beginning, of the Raiders and the Steelers, you didn't have any letdown games. You know what I mean? Like,
we escaped 2 games in that stretch. The Falcons game, because we let that happen because we were up 21-0 almost at the end of the second quarter. Then May had that almost fumble 6, and then that brought Atlanta back in the game. And then thankfully, that's the one game where I can say the defense took over. And they ended the game when they ended it. And Cincinnati, that was bad. I mean, that was probably
the Bengals.
That was a bad one. May was horrific in that game, but we got because Flacco wasn't very good, and the defense finished the game for us too. But otherwise, we were fine.
No,
we took care of business where we were supposed to. We had a nice back and forth heavyweight fight. The second game that you took at New England, and we came back against Baltimore when Baltimore was fighting for their season. Like, there was so much good to come out of this season. And now we're playing against a banged-up Chargers team that I'm not scared of. I can't wait for next week. We're playing against a real football team, and we'll see what happens next week. But I have nothing to be upset about this entire season. I'm just waiting to win tomorrow night. And then once we win tomorrow night, it's house money to me. I got nothing to complain about. I got nothing to be scared of. And the biggest thing that for me that makes me happy is that this is not our final form. We have so many roster moves to make. Our roster's still not crazy good yet. Everybody's playing above.
You guys got money too.
They still like 70 million cap space, something like that too, I believe.
Yeah, you guys are where you at? You're 10th in space. You have 55, 60. But you're gonna have more than likely when you do some maneuvering. But either way, yeah, dude, I was not expecting that. But look, man, it kind of tells you everything you need to know about how important coaching is, getting the right coaching staff, and what a difference that makes for young players, especially like quarterbacks and Drake May, and the offensive coordinator obviously helped out a lot. So yeah, you guys definitely. Like I said, I still thought, man, you'll drop a few. We'll catch up, typical kind of Bills. It's our teams always does that every year. We have a couple letdown games and we bounce back and we go on a roll. And this year, we didn't quite do that. We had more, I think, disappointing games than we normally should have had. The Dolphins game, obviously, like,
Dolphins,
that was Atlanta. You know what I mean? Like, Houston game, listen, they're good. At the time. Good. Right. It's funny when we lost to the Patriots, when we lost to Houston, the records weren't, it wasn't at that point where like, oh, these teams are dangerous, they're good. Mm-hmm. It was, there's still guys who are like, oh, the Patriots just lost to the Raiders, they lost to Steelers, garbage team, Bills losing a bad team. Well, now how bad are they? Houston's one of the hottest teams going to playoffs. Patriots are one. So really, technically, and then Philly's the Super Bowl champions that we lost. So there's only 2 games that we really had letdown games, Falcons and the Dolphins. So technically, the Bills didn't have this terrible season, right?
That's
so
like everybody freaking out. Me and I think Captain D were the 2. No, Anthony too. All of us, we're like, what are you scared of? What's to be upset about?
Right.
You're fine.
Yeah, I you know what it was? I think
it looks pretty.
I'll tell. I'll say why. I'll tell you why I think Bills Mafia is
I know why.
Worried or there's a few. There's a few. Yeah, there's a few reasons. There's one, we had high expectations going into the season with the schedule. So they looked at the schedule and said, man, all of our tough games are at home. We should be able to beat teams at home. And the toughest part of the schedule, like I said, the games are at home. We should win these games. Maybe we'll lose one. And we had these high expectations of losing 2, maybe 3 games, right? Some even had undefeated, which is, guys, come on, stop, right? Even the best of the best this year didn't go undefeated, right? Very, very tough to do. Realistically, most fans, I would say, had us losing about 3, right? 3, 4.
I think that's what I had, too, for you.
Right, so, we had the letdown games, right? If you, let's say 3, and then the 2 letdown games, that's 5, that's where we're at, right? Then I would say the second part of it is the Bills' offense, right? I don't think they saw the passing game being as bad as it's been, as clunky as it's been, a little bit of mess going into the whole season, right? Receivers have been bad, right? Play calling has been bad at times, right? And here we are, right? But with all that being said, right, with the playing down to some opponents like the Falcons and the Dolphins, to not having the greatest receivers in the world, to having a coordinator that can be very vanilla at times and predictable, we still won 12 games, right? We still were a top 5 team in offense, right? So, it wasn't as bad as you guys think it was. Just you had high expectations and they didn't live up to them, so you feel as if the team has let you down. But they haven't, right? This team is consistently getting 10-plus wins a season, consistently in the playoffs. And you have Josh Allen, right? This is the season, man. Listen, the Chiefs didn't make the playoffs. What has been the Bills' number one? Let's be real, guys. When we talk about all the Bills are 0-8 on the road, whatever the fuck you guys say, most of those losses are in Kansas City. That's been the thorn on our side. Let's be honest as Bills fans. It hasn't been wild card games. We've gone through wild card, no problem. Division, we got into 2 AFC championship games. The division games we lost were against the Chiefs, right? Guys, I've heard this before. We went into the playoffs. Baltimore's going to beat you. Twice I heard that. The first time around, we beat them. The second time around, they're going to crush you because they crushed you in the regular. We wound up beating them, right? It's been one team, guys, and guess what? That team, they're not there, right? So this season, for as bad, not as bad, but for as clunky as our offense has been, there's a real opportunity here, right? Because every team in the AFC has gone through has flaws. Every team. They all have flaws. Every team there's no perfect team in the playoffs. None.
We'll probably list through them when we start going through the games. I could tell you, I can give 2 reasons why they're going to win and 2 reasons why they're going to lose. I could tell you.
Yeah.
Each team in it. That's what the parity is insane this year.
Yeah, there's not.
If you're not a fan of any of these teams, this playoffs is for you. You get to have so much fun watching every team beat the hell out of each other, trying to get the Super Bowl because there's nobody dominant. You get to enjoy
shockers, so much shit going on, whatever.
Matter of fact,
there's no clear-cut nothing this year.
Nope.
Right here, I got this list pulled up, and we can kind of go through this real quick if you guys want to. So we got one potential flaw from each. So the biggest weakness, right, from each team in the playoffs, right? So here we go. So they got one potential flaw, fatal flaw for every team in the playoffs. So Denver, biggest weakness, run game. Okay, I agree with that as well. New England,
the quarterback is also not entirely reliable either. They don't like to step on they like to play with their food. Their receiving core is decent, but they don't have the clear cut badass, I got this, because I love Corner Sutton, and I think he's
I like Sutton too.
But to take over the game, no, they don't really have that either. And their defense did take a step back. They do have an insane pass rush though.
Yep. So what else I got right here? So you got New England red zone defense.
That red zone defense is fucking putrid. It scares the hell out of me. We also don't have that number, even though Diggs is great, but we don't know if he can still take over a game like he used to. with Buffalo. So that's another worry for us too. The run game looking okay. Maybe we'll have a run game. I'm not sure because Ramondre's been kind of going ape shit the last month. I don't know about the run game part, but the red zone defense and the pass rush is not that good for my team. So the defense scares.
So they're listing one fatal flaw. So they're saying this is the one
I'm having fun.
Biggest. So red zone defense. Jacksonville rushing attack. Biggest
They could run it, but they're not the most efficient at doing it. But they don't give up on it though. Like in other words,
they know.
The reason why they do it, in my opinion, is because they don't want to have to make Trevor Lawrence do too much. That had to
that's what I was going to get to too. I think Jacksonville. The biggest question I have with them is really Trevor Lawrence. Like,
they don't want him to.
He had a really solid season for sure. But 36 touchdowns, whatever it was. But it's big boy.
They lessen his workload. And we'll see when you're going against a team who stifles ETN and the rest of that running back crew. If they had to make Trevor Lawrence throw 35 times, what's going to happen? And their defense is opportunistic too. They're not like the best defense, but they do attack the ball. So that's something to be worried about too.
Defense.
That's Pittsburgh lack of big offensive plays.
Everything.
I agree with that.
They're disgusting. I don't want to talk about
they
them. They make me fall up. I hate this team so much.
5 is Houston's offensive line. I would say their offense in general.
They don't score.
I agree with the offense as a whole too. But that defense being as elite as it is just makes the offense
exactly. But this is the fatal flaw. But
But
I agree.
They don't run the ball. They can't score. They only have one receiver really to throw to. If they had Tank Dell with Nico, they'd be a little bit more of a problem. Maybe I have to talk about that. But
biggest weakness for the Bills, lack of go-to target. I agree. So you know what? I've been saying that forever, right? You guys heard me say it. Look, the biggest problem is who you going to on a 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9, right? Who is your go-to guy? Who's the guy that Josh can really count on? Honestly, right now, I say Dalton Kincaid. The problem is he's not healthy a lot. So if he could stay healthy in the playoffs, maybe Kincaid could be that guy, but it's been a problem all year. So that's our biggest flaw, and I agree with that.
And then big time. Defensively, you guys have been playing better,
but rush defense is still bad. 28th in the league now. Chargers offensive line, I would just say they're injuries.
I think
injuries too, but offensive line.
They have one of the worst lines in the history of the NFL. I think in terms of statistics, they're worse than my bum ass line from last year. That almost killed me. It's bad. And you see Justin Herbert.
Yeah, they're bad.
Oh, it's just the AFC?
No, NFC. So Seattle, turnovers.
It's turnovers. It's over-reliance on JSN. And, of course, Sam Darnold. We don't know what he's going to do.
You never know. Right. Bears, leaky defense.
Yeah, the defense sucks. Their defense is bad. Caleb Williams, inexperienced, and is he going to be able to take over a game? He's done it in the regular season in the fourth quarters, but can he do it when the competition is up a level?
It's insane what he's done in the fourth quarter of games. Like there've been plenty of times it's like, okay, they're gonna lose this time. Oh no, all of a sudden they just turn it on. They're gonna lose this game.
He hits these crazy throws, and nobody can catch him on the backyard football stuff. The things Mahomes used to do back in the day. Like he does it just as good as he did, and no one can stop that. So we'll see.
Eagles disappearing offense. I agree with that. I mean, jeez Louise.
They also low key took a step back. Yeah, but to say low key, they can't run the football as good either. Saquon has not been good this year, so that's also something.
Surprisingly, he took a little step back. Carolina passing attack. I agree with that as well.
And their line isn't crazy good, so their run, as Tampa showed you last week, that can be stopped. So once you take out that running game, they're not going to be able to move the ball like that.
Yeah, Rams special teams. I mean, geez. I mean, that's the best. That's their biggest weakness.
You gotta go somewhere else. You can't throw me special.
Oh
man! Wow, that's so much glazing. It's pass defense. Their pass defense in the last 8, they've been getting shredded.
They have been, and they started great. By the way,
they did. Yeah, they did.
It was special.
49ers lack of pass rush.
Defense,
I'm with that.
And their
Packers run defense. Packers. I would say the defense of the Packers have really, ever since what's his name went out, Parsons. It's been rough, man, for them, and I just don't. They carried that team. That's it for the
I will also argue a little bit for the Packers too. They're not that explosive on offense either, surprisingly enough. I always wonder, do you think if like LaFleur is kind of keeping a leash on Love so he won't do something stupid? I feel like that's been happening too. I could be bugging. The numbers may say I'm lying, but they do a lot of short stuff. Then they'll take a shot every once in a while. But I see them moving the ball. It takes like 8 to 9 plays for them to get down the field sometimes. And then, I don't know, they seem less explosive to me than they used to be. So I'm not sure if that's also something to look at for a Green Bay too. But
yeah.
I don't know.
CBS is a different article. That was NFL. So we'll get two kind of versions of this. So CBS, this is every team's weakness, fatal flaws from. So they got Broncos, is Bo Nix consistent enough? So that's a good question, I would say. New England run defense. I think you said that, right?
Kind of disagree with that. Is me more of either red zone and pass defense. Our pass rush is very good. With Williams back, we should be able to stop the run now, but we'll see.
Okay. It's saying since week 10, the Patriots are dead last by a wide margin.
Williams went out. As I think they said right there at the end of it. That's why.
Milton Williams, yeah. So we'll see what happens. The issue might be survivable against the poor Chargers offensive line. Put together a rushing attack. Jacksonville, what happens against some of the elite pass rushes? Jaguars have a solid statistical profile, especially after Trevor Lawrence's red-hot finish. But sacks can still be an issue, especially against some of the NFL's best.
That's actually kind of true. Now that they put that together, I think in last week's game, he got sacked like 4 times or something like that, and he only played half the game.
Right.
Before they started putting up 50. So that is something to look at. That's a good point.
Yeah. It's 22nd in sack rate.
Tennessee? That was Tennessee. They played last
week. Tennessee got after him too. Yeah. Downfield passing for Pittsburgh. I agree with that. Just in passing in general.
Nothing.
Red zone offense for Texans. I would just say their offense, but 28th. Not good.
That's a good point.
Run defense, of course, for Buffalo. I'm with that as well. Chargers, offensive line. I think we can all agree. Seahawks, turnovers. We talked about that. Bears, reliance on turnovers.
Your defense isn't good. If you don't mess up, you're going to score. Except 49ers told you that.
Yep. Eagles stop and start. Yep. Eagles, same thing. Their offense is just hit or miss. It seems to stop and start. They start good sometimes and they stop. Panthers, Bryce Young, inconsistency. Yep. Rams, pass defense, especially against star receivers.
No special teams there.
Yep. 49ers. Yeah, no, they weren't lazy there. They were honest. 49ers pass rush. All right. And Green Bay defensive front, which we talked about. So there it is. So they're somewhat similar to NFL. But they're, obviously
a little bit more homework.
A little bit more.
CBS.
Yeah. Woo, CBS. All right. So week 18, we don't have to dive too much into it, but Bills beat the Jets 35-8. It was awesome. Way to close out, obviously, our last game.
Score 30.
Yeah.
I told you.
I didn't think we would, but man, holy shit, the Jets are bad. Like
they're not playing NFL roster. They're playing 8-stringers. They don't care.
Yeah, I can tell you watching that game, there were some players making plays. Well, not even making plays, but there's in the screen. I was like, who the fuck is that? I'd never heard this guy's name in my life.
Dude, we had guys wide open. I'm like, that will never happen again. You know what I mean? Like Keon Coleman wide open. I'm like, dude, this is unfucking real.
That may have been the worst game for you guys to have a tune-up game because, oof, you're gonna go into this next week thinking about.
You know what? I don't think it was a tune-up game. It was a good way to end that regular season finale. Ever. I think they wanted to put somewhat of a show on. They didn't show all their cards. That wasn't a playoff playbook or anything. You had Mitch Trubisky in the whole game. I do think, though, that they were evaluating some players for the playoffs. Palmer was in there the whole game, Coleman, and I think they were seeing which guy. Not that either one of them been anything great. I think they go with Coleman in the playoffs because he offers at least
fresh.
He offers blocking.
Yeah.
He offers, and honestly, he can come up with a catch here and there. Palmer's been terrible. He had 1 yard in that game. Everyone else had something. He had 1. Right, 1 yard. Played the whole game. And Mitch gave everybody an opportunity. This guy, 1 yard.
Might be building up a quarterback controversy for some team out there.
Hey, I'll say this about Mitch, though, man. 2 years ago when we had Mitch back the second time around, whatever happened in Pittsburgh, he got like gun shy, was like just did not want to throw the ball. And this year, man, whatever happened like preseason, he looked different. Like he was actually throwing.
Trubisky,
so good for him.
Buffalo the rest of my career.
Be your backup, yeah, dude, yeah. And take your money. And he's not terrible. I'll give him that. He makes some throws, but you're right, bro. Stay in Buffalo. Get your couple mil, whatever you're getting a year. Yep. You know what I mean? I'm sure you'll get a little bit of a raise. You know what I mean? To stay as backup, and we'll be fine with it. You know what I mean? But don't go venture off to another team and get caught up again like you did Pittsburgh, because that was a disaster. And it really fucked him up mentally, I think, because he wasn't right the first year when he came back. But either way, look, the red helmets were awesome. Dude, I love that color combination. I wish they would bring that back full time. It popped. But that was a fun game. Honestly, it was just cool to end it like that. I know for you as a Jets fan, that kind of sucked, but you said you understood that was going to happen anyways. I really didn't think we were going to drop that many points on you because I knew we were going to play backups for most of the game, but damn, you guys are terrible. But anything that you took from the game, I mean, in general?
The one thing I'll say about the game, last thing, and I'll put 2025 well behind me. We're in 2026 moving forward. The Jets become the first team in NFL history to go an entire NFL season without an interception.
And we gave you opportunities like two or three.
Mitch gave right in the hands. Like that's when you know, like the football gods are just playing a game with you, man. Like,
dude,
bobbling it twice. Like, oh my god, you gotta freaking get it.
It was so funny when your quarterback celebrated though after his touchdown. Like the game was well over. He's getting all hyped up. Cooks. I'm like, dude, calm down.
He's an undrafted guy.
Relax, pal.
Last game of his career.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Man,
I give him credit. I got to say something about that guy. Like I didn't know this about him until like I was like watching one of the games. He when he was back in Missouri, he left the game and went to the hospital for some sort of injury. Came back and led them to like a fourth quarter.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, good for him. Good guy, Cooks.
Little thing to put on your freaking trophy case right there.
Yeah, way to go, Brady Cook.
That's pretty solid. Like that's got some balls right there.
That's right. Did a Stone Cold Steve Austin. Came back in the ambulance.
Word.
The glass shattered and the ambulance comes out of the tunnel.
Yeah, they have the video, right? The music hits. Yeah. Oh my God. So so that we ended your torturous season there. You finished 3-14, 1-7 on the road. Bad season for the Jets. I honestly, I'll be real with you. I had you guys winning about 4 games, so 3-4. So yeah, I wasn't even that far off.
I think what's worse
see what
about
happens
the total, like what's worse about the win total is like the manner in which they lost a lot of these games. Like there was
got
not
fucking
a lot of
blown
games.
out.
There were not a lot of games I felt pretty confident in. Like that,
and you got worked.
The Steelers game was like I said, the one that I felt like okay, and even the games we played close. It's like the games were close. Like Denver game, for example, like in London, like Denver was like basically begging us to win. They played like shit that game, and we couldn't do shit on offense.
They do that.
Yeah, I mean that's my concern about the season. But we were talking about
your game. I mean, I know it was a blowout, but anything you take away from that game?
No, just one thing I would say. It has nothing to do with actual football. That Will Campbell and Mel Williams looked fantastic, and I'm happy.
Okay.
That's all I care about. Okay. Everything else that happened, I don't give a shit because I like that we was able to run the football, but it was against the Dolphins. So what does that mean? I'll find out 131 from Stevenson. Tomorrow.
Anderson 53. Yeah. So it was a good way to close. You could have had a letdown game, final game. Who gives a fuck? Maybe not, but you still wound up routing them. The Dolphins they're terrible. Whatever. They got their own worries. I think it's going to be a while for the Dolphins and the Jets to make any type of noise in the AFC East or It's going to be a minute. You guys are in total rebuild.
Division, yeah, that ain't happening anytime soon. But in terms
playoffs,
of like, if the Jets hit their picks, it could go close to 500 if they hit, but they have to hit
500. Sure, that's a reasonable. But I mean, I'm talking about playoffs. I'm talking about competing for a division. That's going to.
I don't know why you put that in the air.
Yeah.
That's not happening.
But I would say the Jets might be ahead of the Dolphins as far as the race goes.
I agree with that 1000%.
Yeah, you guys got more. You got more firepower. Like you got more ammo.
If the Dolphins do not do anything good until 2031, like I would not put it past them to be just dog shit for the next 5 years. Like I wouldn't put it past them. I don't think that's happening. The Jets, no.
And they got a whole Dolphins, and it's not like they got a good enough pick to get a quarterback. I mean, they got a. I don't know what the fuck they're gonna do. They got to wait till the following draft, and if they don't get that one right, and oh boy, like I would hate to be a Dolphins fan right about now. The Jets, at least you guys got a ton of draft capital. Even if you don't find a quarterback this draft, you still could do something. Yeah, you still can surround yourself with enough weapons to do something next year, and then get a quarterback the following. But man, my God, the Dolphins are bad. And I think
3 years hope.
I think they cut Tua. I think they get rid of Hill. I think they're going to make some moves over in Miami as well, man. They're going to clean house. They have to. All right, so let's get into the games, Juan. Let's go and get into the playoffs. So we'll start with, obviously, the NFC first, and then we'll get into our games last, and we'll wrap the show up. It's been an hour and a half. Man, the show's flew by, man. All right, so let's get into the playoffs here. Let me pull this up. All right, so first slate of games is today. Let's start. We'll just start today's game. Why not? It is NFC anyway, so Rams versus Panthers. What do you think, Anthony? You can just give score, but you don't have to necessarily dive.
Yeah, I think. I mean, I know the Panthers beat the Rams early in the year. Rams are on the road, but I think that was just a trap game in that situation. Rams will be prepared this time. They come out with this one. I think they blow them out of the water. I don't think it's gonna be much close. Don't know.
Okay, and they are playing in Carolina, which is crazy because they won the division. I remember Buffalo played Houston in 2019, and we were the better team, but because they won the division, we wound up losing that game anyways. But we had the better record.
Work on, like, if you want to make division winners make the playoffs, fine, but they should not be just given a home game.
There should be a cutoff. I agree with you.
I agree in a way too. It's kind of bullshit.
Be above 500. At least be above 500, and fine, whatever.
Well, no, I mean, if you have like the Bills are like whatever.
Jesus, I didn't even realize they're 8-9. Holy shit! I just looked. I was like, why are you saying above 500? What are you talking about? Holy crap! Yeah, no, that's unacceptable. I think, like, not even that. I just think they need to. I don't know. You know what though, Juan? They've been doing it for so long. They're probably not gonna.
They're never gonna change that. I like divisions. Yeah. It's just that this just has to be a standard, though. Like, why are you hosting a playoff game if you went under 500? Now, so I'm like, if you win a division and you're at least 9-8, fine, whatever. We'll get over it. But the fact that you are hosting a playoff team that's won 12 and you went under 500 is insane.
Yeah, that's insane.
I think they should change.
But the Rams should blow them out. It shouldn't even matter.
Playoff spot should be if you want to make divisions a thing because you like division rivalries and crap like that, whatever. Fine, give them a playoff spot, but seed them by their record. Like it's a conference league. Seed them by their record based on how they did in the conference overall. Like that's
kind of like college almost a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Like a college playoff scenario.
It diminishes the regular season a little bit. If you got why do I win 12 games then if I'm not gonna host a playoff game against a team that won 4 less.
You'd have a lot less teams like just sitting down. Like the Bills, I think the Bills would have had tiebreak over Jacksonville, let's say, whatever, if they would have won or however the situation. Bills probably playing a little harder in week 18 if they feel like they have a shot at that. Like, you know what I mean? It just puts a little bit more of an emphasis. Like the Bills and Houston didn't give a shit in week 18 because
week 18 was bad.
Hopefully they were locked in their slot and they knew Chargers, whatever the situation was over there, they were benching their players.
Yeah.
A lot of teams just benching because they didn't care about where they were at. But I don't know. It just puts a little more importance, I think.
Yeah, they won't stop though. That's a tradition. So I get it in a way. It is what it is. You can't that's rare. It's a great question. I wonder when's the last under 500 team that made the playoffs. It has to have been a while, bro.
I know the Seahawks did it 1 year.
2010. 2010 they did it. That's the Marshawn Lynch.
It's a long time ago.
I think it was
the
Tampa
Rams did one.
in 22. I think it was Tampa because they won the division week 17, and then they just let the last game go. You can look that up. I think it was Brady.
Yeah.
I could be wrong though. I think he went 8-9 that year because they won the division the week before.
The 2010 Seahawks. The 2010 Seahawks.
The 14 Panthers.
14
they
Panthers.
They were 7-9.
And I guess the Redskins.
Yeah, 2022 Tampa.
Right?
8-9. 8-9. Washington 7-9. How about 7-9? In 2020, even worse.
The Redskins.
Carolina 7-8. Seattle 7-9. Bro, 7-9.
And
holy
a lot of them
shit.
won playoff games. By the way, the first two they won the playoff game.
Wow. So hey, it is what it is. Then I mean, but that's wild.
Yeah, but
I didn't even know
because they have a home game though. Like that's
that's an
advantage.
Holy shit!
Because
to play devil's advocate. To play devil's advocate, what did we say at the beginning of the show? Once you get in the dance, the record is 0.
Records mean nothing. Yeah, it's true. You can get hot. I mean, look at the Giants. I mean, let's be real. I mean, the Giants, they figured a way. They beat the. I mean, nobody saw that happening. I mean, that was unbelievable, man. They got hot at the right time, and
especially the second time because they were 9-8 or 9-7. I think if not,
they weren't a good team. They squeezed in and. They found a way, man. And that's all, bro. Honestly, that's all it needs to happen, man. You find a way and you just get through the division and get through the wild division. And before you know it, you're hosting the Super Bowl. So, okay. What's your score prediction, Anthony, on this?
A lot to I think 28-14, whatever. It's not going to be destroyed. It's NFL. So, but I do think the Rams are going to do it.
Okay. Juan, what do you think? Rams, Panthers
31-17 Rams. I think it'll be, since the Rams can't stop people very well, the Panthers will keep it a game, but they're not going to take them this time.
The Panthers did beat the Rams, though, this season, correct?
Stafford helped with that.
I know, but that isn't
like 2 picks. That's
interesting.
I don't think he's going to do that again. That's what I'm trying to say.
I don't either, but that is interesting.
But that happened.
I will say this though, could Panthers maybe? You know how that is, kind of like the Giants. Some reason they had New England's not. I know it's probably not going to happen, and it's a fluky game for Stafford. But do the Panthers maybe give Stafford fits?
When it comes to non-New England Patriots, I always root for funny. So if the Panthers take this game, I mean,
oh my God, dude, that would be a major upset. What is the Rams favored by the way? Anybody know?
At least 10. At the last I checked, I think it's 10.
Are they probably the biggest favorites going into the wild card weekend?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that would be. I would be shocked. If I'm gonna have the Rams winning here, I'll go.
Rams are 10.5.
10.5.
Oh, 10.5. Holy crap. Okay, I'll go.
After that is 5.5 for the Eagles over 49ers.
Which
I don't see. Yeah, I don't see Stafford making the same mistakes. I'm going to go 33-17 Rams. I just don't.
Similar to me. Yeah.
I don't see it, man. I don't unless Stafford unless Carolina has his number. Unless for some reason they have his number where they're going to force him to make the same stupid mistakes, then maybe we got something brewing here. But I don't see it happening, and I don't trust Carolina's offense. That's the biggest issue. Their defense, Carolina's defense is okay at times, right? They can show up, they do show up at times. So you never know there. They might even keep it close in the very beginning. I just don't know if the Panthers offense is going to, and then what happens is the Panthers defense is going to be out there too long. They're going to start cracking. And then before you know it, a 7-point lead turns into 14. 14 turns into 17. Right?
Seattle 2 weeks ago. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah. So I just see it getting away from them, like as the game goes on, and Panthers just digging themselves deeper and deeper into the hole where it's just they can't get out. So that's how I see this game going. But geez, you never know. It is. Hey, it's a Friday. This is the playoffs. You never know. But we all agree. We all agree on that one. We're going with that. We're going the Rams. Like most people are. I highly doubt that People are picking the Panthers in that one. Packers and Bears. All right, Anthony, what you got? Packers, Bears in Chicago.
I just feel like the Packers are like limping into the playoffs. I think that's a big factor here. Mm-hmm. Bears are home this game. They won the division. Ben Johnson.
Rivalry. Mm-hmm. Good rivalry. Chicago and Green Bay. That's a pretty cool playoff match.
210 games historically, whatever it is. I'll get the Bears this one too. I don't know. I feel like the Packers, limping into the playoffs, a lot of injuries. That defense take a step back with Parsons out. And Caleb Williams playing some good football. Ben Johnson there. He's got him turned around, at least moving in the right direction. Score-wise, I think this one's a lot closer. I'll go 21-17, 24-17, somewhere around there.
Okay. All right. Kind of close. Wow. Okay. Juan, what you got, man?
I'm stumped. I'm very
Are you? Okay.
Jordan Love. My gut tells me
overpaid, by the way, Jordan Love.
Oh, absolutely. I'm gonna go with I'm gonna stick with Packers. It's tough. It's very tough.
Wow, you're going Packers in Chicago.
Both of those games they had were heavyweight fights. That second game, if Jordan Love to me didn't get hurt, I think they take that game though. That's my gut feeling. But I don't like the Bears that much. Is what it is.
I don't either, but I don't like the Packers either.
They run the football though. It's dude. I'm going with the more experienced, the experienced coach. I'm going with the more experienced quarterback. I'm going to go with that for this one. It's the only reason. I'm going to go Packers 27-24. It's going to be another barn burner.
Wow. Okay.
Fight.
I'm going to go Chicago. I'm going to go Chicago here.
What was the score?
I think 27-24 Juan went with, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Anthony, did you have a score? I forgot what you said.
I gave 24-17,
right?
Mm-hmm. Who you went with? Packers or Bears?
Chicago.
Bears. Okay. I'm going to go Bears here. They're at home. They're healthier, right? Looking at the Packers over the last, they've lost 4 in a row. That's never good.
Yeah.
Never good. And honestly, except for the Chicago game, they've been worked in every single one. Mm-hmm. They've allowed 34 points, 41 points. They only put up 3 against Minnesota offensively. They lost 16-3. They lost to Chicago 22-16 overtime.
Backups against Minnesota.
No, I get it, but it doesn't for me. It doesn't matter. For me, they're on a losing streak. Ever since they lost Parsons, it's been a downhill. And I got to say too, yeah, honestly, that defense for me has carried that team up until he got hurt. The offense of Green Bay is so clunky, bro. It's kind of like ours. It's very, some weeks they look really good, and then some they don't show up. And Jordan Love's hit or miss. He's just not consistent. Turn the ball over at the worst times. His best games might be against that team, though.
That's
what I'm saying. The like Chicago because it's such a good rivalry. Yeah, they've had good games against each other. I think they beat Chicago earlier in the year, didn't they? Yeah, they did. Yeah. 28-21. So 7-point game there. They lost in overtime 22-6. You know what? I'm going to go Chicago here, though. They're at home. Mm-hmm. They're healthier. I'll still go close, though. I'll go low scoring because I'm not in love with Chicago's offense. I'll say 24-20 Chicago. I think it's a close game. But would I be shocked if Green Bay wins? No. But, man, they are a team that's just running on fumes at this point, man. They just don't got enough going on for me, to go, yeah, I'm confident. I do think because it's a rivalry and because they're evenly kind of matched the way they play their skills, sets. But I don't know. I'm going to go Chicago just for the home field advantage alone. That gives me, I just think it gives them an advantage. And just obviously, like I said earlier, Green Bay just kind of going in on fumes is never a good thing. So, confidence is everything too. Going into playoffs where, things are, over the last, that's why they say you want to go into the playoffs kind of on some kind of winning streak or kind of feeling, good about yourself going in, right? And Green Bay can't be. They just can't be. There's nothing there that tells me Green Bay's confident, right? Their confidence has to be at all-time low. Like, I just don't see it. So I don't have them winning. All right, so next one we got, let's see here.
Yours.
We got,
Your game.
So no, we're going to skip that. We're going to go around the rest of the
San Fran and Philly then.
Yeah, so we'll go to
I know the schedule. You don't need the computer, bro. I got you.
Okay. 49ers, the Eagles. Anthony, what you got? 49ers, the Eagles. In Philly.
I'm going 49ers on this one. I know.
Okay. All right.
I don't know. The Eagles, this just seems like that it's not the Eagles from last year. I just feel like the 49ers, they got McCaffrey there. They got a strong offense over there, as we all know. The defense struggled a little bit this year compared to how it started the year off, but I think that kind of meshes with the fact that Eagles' offense isn't really doing much. I think it's going to come down to the 49ers offense versus the Eagles defense for the most part. Like, how does that matchup work, and can the 49ers put things up? I think the 49ers kind of win this one a little. I'm not going to say they blow them out, whatever, but I think they take it up 2 scores.
Wow. Okay. Who's favored? What's the favor? Who's the favorite?
Eagles are favored by 5.5. And I know this is probably like.
I see it here. Spread Philly by 6, actually, right now on ESPN. So 5.5, 6. Wow. Okay.
That's insane to me.
But actually, I have this slipping. I don't know. This game's one that, like, and I could be dead wrong, but this game just like pops to me. Like, it's like this is the game that probably goes against our conventional wisdom. 49ers win this game 24-14. I think the Eagles' offensive struggles are real.
Okay. All right. Juan, what you got, man?
I like that score. I'm going to go 24-21. I'm going to go closer. And I trust Shanahan to dial up something to finish that game up. I think because that Philly defense, I do respect it a lot.
Right, yeah.
And line of 49ers had to be a little bit iffy. So I can see the defensive line from Philly keeping this game close. But I don't anticipate. Like, I can even see either a special teams or a defensive touchdown for Philly because they always find something. They have a little bit of voodoo in them. They find something to keep the game close, but I don't see the offense scoring more than 10 points in this game by themselves.
That's my concern.
Defense, I think Philly's defense or special teams helps them out, keep them at 20, but I trust Purdy and them to find a way to win the game.
Okay. I'm going against you guys on this one.
Philly?
Yeah, I'm going to go Philly. Once again, I think the home field advantage will help a little bit here. So, anytime a team's at home, you got to give a little slight edge there. Unless they're like Carolina. But I think they're both, as far as record-wise, they both had a decent season. 49ers 12-5, Eagles 11-6. I'll say this. Watching the Eagles play, obviously, against the Bills, their defense is tough, man. Their defense is legit. That's kind of the glue that's holding shit together right now in Philly. Their offense, like we read earlier and we know about, they're very up and down. Sometimes they show up, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they show up and disappear, right? So it's like it's a weird season, right? Saquon Barkley isn't running like Saquon Barkley of last year, right? Hurts is throwing a ton of interceptions and just playing not the greatest football right now. Not that he was the greatest quarterback, but last year he played a little cleaner game. This year, not so much, because they're also relying on him more. And that's probably a problem, too, when it comes to the offense. A.J. Brown's not really totally happy, but he's sticking with it. So their offense is clunky. Their offensive line isn't as deadly as it once was. Their tush-push isn't. Teams are starting to understand how to beat it now. I don't know if you saw this. I think it was actually us. We lined up against them. Now, mind you, they still got it, but not by a lot. We lined up the tush push like we were doing the tush push. So
the way triangle.
Yes, so we did the same concept on defense as they were doing offense, and bro, they got a little bit, but not like they normally do. And I'm telling you, teams are starting to. That's the NFL. You got to find a way. Yes, and I loved it. I'm like, dude, okay, like, all right, okay. So it was interesting. But look, man, I watched the 49ers play Seattle, I think it was a couple weeks ago. And in San Francisco,
the thing is, I think that Seattle defense is a lot better.
It is.
I think that is easily the best defense in the
No, I get it, but
not only do they block you up, they also attack on defense too.
No, they're
they take the
listen,
ball away,
Seattle.
When they don't, they still stop you. I think they're especially good. Like this.
No, they're good. I give them. Listen, dude, I know. I watched it.
Arnold is like the Kyle Shanahan of defenses. Like
that's what I'm saying. So I think,
yeah.
He's that good from a schematic standpoint.
Yeah. But at the same time,
weight, in my opinion,
I'm not putting a lot of weight on it. It just
that good.
I get it, but at the same time, for me, they're at home at that game. It's a must win, for if they're trying to, win the division or whatever, and I felt like when the stakes were at its highest, Purdy and the offense kind of, they shit the bed a little bit. They didn't give a lot of effort. I know Seattle's good, but they also
missing linemen in that game too.
I get it, but Philly's defense. But Philly's defense, my point is, I know they're not Seattle, but boy, they're not a slouch either. They get after you. They got some big boys up front. They got good DBs. They scheme things up really good. Philly is a crazy place to play. Super loud.
Fangio versus Shanahan. That's the
matchup dude.
Game.
Look, man.
That's what this game.
I think this game's super close. I think Philly wins. By the way, I hate their kicker though. Elliott is terrible. I can't believe they even still have him. Such a bad kicker. But I'm gonna go Philly here. I'm gonna go Philadelphia in a close game. I'm gonna go
it's gotta be low scoring.
21-19.
Oh, so I need something like that. Yeah.
Something like that. It's gonna be like a 2-point swing somewhere. Like, what can 49ers win? Yes. But I just think Philly's defense is just, man, they're the glue. They are the glue, and they're going to put some pressure on Purdy. By the way, Purdy got a little banged up too in that game.
He did.
So
you're absolutely right.
Just saying. If Philly gets after him, they got some big dogs and get some solid hits on Purdy. It could change that game around. You know what I mean? So let's see what happens in there. I think that's going to be a slugfest as far as defense goes. I think that's going to be a back and forth kind of game. It's low scoring. It's going to be cold. Philadelphia, you know what I mean? So let's see, man. Let's see. But I get where you guys are going, but I think Philly's defense is just, man, they're tough, man. Fellas, did I miss all the Jets talk? Hey, Danger Zone, what up, man? I saw you with your dog the other day, man. Shout out to you, man. My pup over here is sleeping, man. So we did get through the Jets talk. Anthony's just ready for the he's ready for the off season, and it was basically a very brutal year for your New Jersey Jets. So if you want, rewind and we talked. Anthony went through quite a bit, but. Anyways, let's get to the next game, Monday. And that is Texans Steelers. All right, so let's get Texans Steelers. Anthony, what you got? Texans Steelers.
Yeah. I got to drop after this though, so I can't get to your guys' games. Texans Steelers.
I'm sorry. That's right. 1:45. You got to go.
I was able to squeeze out a few more minutes. Let me go Texans this game. I think Steelers. That offense, it's struggled at times, whatever, with Aaron Rodgers back there. This pass rush is going to go berserk, whatever. I know the offense of Texas isn't one to be excited about, but that defense is definitely one to be excited about. Steelers struggled against Browns defense a few weeks ago, and Texans are like the Browns defense with a couple extra notches on top of it. I'll go Texans winning 17-10. It's going to be a really, really low-scoring game.
Sounds about right.
But I think that defense is just that damn good.
I'll tell you what, before you go, just give us the score predictions real quick on the Chargers, Patriots, Bills, Jags.
Patriots, I think I'm going to run with the Chargers game. 31-17, I think is probably what I'm going to go with that game. I think two scores. Right. That Chargers O-line's bad. Bills, Jaguars. This one I keep flip-flopping on. I think this is probably the most exciting game of the weekend. Probably up there with the Packers, Bears, probably being the other one. Jaguars, Bills. You're gonna hate me, Tommy, but I do think the
right,
Jaguars are gonna squeeze this one out.
I'm not gonna hate you. I'm gonna hate you.
I do think the Jaguars squeeze this one out. Especially if Jaguars can run the football. That's the biggest thing too. You gotta stop the run. You can't have ETN run all over them. But again, gonna be a close game. I'm gonna go 24-21 Jags. I hear you, man. Again, I've been flipping back and forth all week. I think the edge I give the Jaguars is the fact that they're home, and I don't know what Bills' run defense is going to show up.
But their run offense is not the greatest either. So
I know it's not the greatest, but ETN can.
We fared well against better. I'm just saying we fared well against teams that aren't necessarily great running teams either down the stretch. Just throwing that out there. I'll go with it. I think it's going to be close too. So, all right, Anthony, are you going to be back next week for the next playoff edition? Okay, cool. All right, man. So you guys got it, man. And if you guys want to go check out Jets stuff, Jets Life Podcast, Anthony does some good stuff over there, man. Y'all have to. Need to. And he brings on Big Dom over there, his brother.
Yep.
All right, they're talking about the New York Jets, baby. All right, buddy, get out of here, Anthony. Go do what you got to do.
Juan,
go get some cannolis.
What's up, brother?
Come gabagoo. All right, later. And then there's two. All right, so Houston and Steelers. What you got, man?
24-10. Just end this. I hate this so much, bro.
End this misery for the Steelers. So my co-host, for some reason, thinks Pittsburgh's going to do something. He's like, "It could be scary." I'm like, "No, they can't. What are you talking about?" I don't know.
I struggle giving them 10 points.
I know. He thinks because DK's back, it'll be different. Listen, they struggle with DK there. They didn't even play that great with DK there. So, look, here's the deal. So what do you got? 24-10?
24-10.
Okay. So they are I'll say this about Pittsburgh, and I did pick them to beat Baltimore. Many people did not have them beating Baltimore. I told my co-host had Baltimore killing them. I'm like, I don't think so.
Dude, so he's like, dude, kill me.
I don't get it.
They suck for all year.
I know, right? So I didn't get it, man. So I said, bro, look, if Baltimore wins, it's going to be close. But I said, look, I'll pick Pittsburgh because I just think Pittsburgh right now is a little bit better. They're at home. It's a tough place to play. So I'll say this: Houston, their offense is trash. Not trash, but their offense is not very good.
I agree with
you. They got some playmakers, but, CJ Stroud's really regressed as a quarterback, which is surprising because I thought he was heading in the right direction after his rookie year, but he's just not. He's average. Nico Collins is a beast, but if you have an average quarterback, it's not going to really do much. I just don't like their offense, but their defense is absolutely elite. They are they are tough, man, and I just don't see old man Rodgers with that offense doing much against that defense. They're going to bring pressure on Rodgers. They're going to get to him. They're going to hurt him. Rodgers is dealing with, I think, a wrist injury that's been affecting him. I just don't. I don't like Pittsburgh in this matchup at all. I don't either. I don't. If they're going to score, it's going to be some bullshit field goals throughout the quarter, maybe 6 points, something like that. So 9. I'm going to go, but I don't like Houston's offense and Pittsburgh's defense. They can bring it, right? And they're at home. They're going to have the crowd with them. And, man, I'm going to have a low scoring here, man. I'm going to go.
What we said about the Panthers, how after a while they get tired out. That's what is going to happen.
That's what will happen.
I wouldn't be surprised if the score is like 9-6 at halftime. I
think Houston.
After that is when Houston finishes because what more can the defense do on Pittsburgh?
I don't even think they take off like that, bro. I think they score a touchdown in this game. Mm-hmm. And I think the rest are field goals. I'm gonna do something like 16-9 Houston. 16-9. I think Pittsburgh just puts up field goals. And I think Houston winds up getting a touchdown somewhere in the point of the game, and then the rest are field goals. So I think it's going to be a field goal type of game with Houston getting a touchdown somewhere to just get that good enough cushion where Pittsburgh offensively just can't score a touchdown, and that's game. And really, honestly, if you watch Houston play all year long, that's really what they've done. Right. That's what they've done. right? Even against us, they didn't do much. We still had the chance to win against Houston. We had they didn't put up a lot of points. So they're technically, for as elite as they are, they're beatable. You just got to find a way to get that touchdown against them, right? Like that's they've been beaten. Like you can look at Indiana. I'll tell you what, look at the Colts. The Colts, you know why? The Colts didn't give a fuck. The Colts were taking chances. They were going up tempo. They were throwing different looks because they had nothing to lose. And for me, if you're Pittsburgh, I'll say this: the only way. Yeah, I'll tell you what. If you're Pittsburgh, for me, bro, I'm taking. Who gives a fuck? It's win or go home. For me against Houston, I think you got to go up tempo against them, and you got to take more chances. You got to be willing to take chances, and no chances could lead to interceptions.
Personally, that's why I'm not scared of them that much. As Patriots, Drake's gonna get them. Not afraid.
You got it, but you can't be afraid. You have and that's one thing. I would say for my team, I would love to see against teams like that have dominant defenses. The way you beat those teams, guys, for me, is to go more up tempo. Get them double guessing. Get them tired them out, right? And just be super aggressive. Take your chances because if you don't, they're gonna light you up. You're not gonna gas them out. They're gonna be, you know what I mean? They're gonna know what's coming. You know what I mean? If you go up tempo, you're not showing your cards. You're being unpredictable, right? They're also gassed out, right? They don't know. So that's what I would want to see.
You have to know your era. In this era in the NFL, the defenses aren't going to be like the 2000 Ravens and the fucking Bucks, the 85. None of that exists anymore. Every defense can be shredded at some point. The better ones just doesn't get shredded as much, but they are susceptible at some point. So what you have to do, I agree with you 100%. This is what film studies for, but look for their weakness and attack that shit and see what happens. Because what else are you going to do? What else?
Yeah. You can't go in with the same offense you've been. My point is they're going to do their film study, which every team does. My knock on my team is every team we've lost to this year, for the most part, I mean, or at least two I know of, Atlanta and Houston, have said the same thing. The Bills showed nothing different when we played them than what we saw on film. Meaning their offensive line, when they got to the line, their formation, we knew it was coming because we saw all this on film. They did nothing different. They threw no new looks at us. So it was easy. They pretty much said, look, the coach for the Texans said we didn't even have to do anything differently. We just, everything was there. They did nothing to show anything different. So we just said, damn, everything on film is exactly what they brought to the table. They did nothing different. You can't do that against elite defenses. You have to show something different, right? You have to give them a different look. You got to surprise them. You got to take chances. And that's the one thing Buffalo has not done well this season, which is, play more up-tempo, do something different, give a different look on offense. So, and maybe, so I will say to counter that, maybe we just don't have the receivers to do that, and that might be where the downfall is. We only have so many options, right? And that's where, I'm hoping Brandon Cooks, maybe you saw last week. Now, granted, it was the Jets, but I like to see that. We at least took chances downfield. But anyways, we'll get into my game in a minute. So, I'll say this. Yeah, I'm going to give the Houston. So I got Houston winning this game. That's right. I think I already said the score. What did I say? I think 16-9.
16-9, I think.
16-9. I'll go with Houston on this one. Only way Pittsburgh wins this one is if they're super ultra aggressive, take chances downfield. Sure, you know what I mean? That is the only. Yeah, that's it. That's the only. You got it. You got to be ultra aggressive because for me, Pittsburgh's going to lose this game if they're not. You got to take chances. You have to. It doesn't matter for me. If I'm telling Aaron Rodgers, throw the ball deep to DK. Let's go up tempo. Let's try to catch them off guard. Let's try to maybe even get the lead early, and maybe they get lucky and hold. Yeah, maybe. You know what I mean? And it's possible. It is. Anything's possible. Houston, that's the one thing. They're not a deadly offense. You get ahead, you could win. You absolutely could, because their offense is so suspect. All right, so let's get into my game, and then we'll get into your games last. So, Bills, Jacksonville, heading to Jacksonville, 13-4 Jacksonville, going against 12-5 Buffalo. Jacksonville 7-2 at home, Buffalo 5-3 on the road. Bills offense overall, we're 4th in the league, which is crazy, right? 4th in the league for as clunky as we've been, pretty good. We're 1st in rushing, 15th in passing. That's where things get a little bit shaky, but still not the worst. Scoring, we're 4th in the league, so we could put up points. The defense, we're 7th overall. Rush defense, 28th, so we gotten better. We were 32nd, now we're 28th. Pass, number 1. Scoring defense, 12. Jaguars offense, overall, they're 11th in the league. 20th in rush, 12th in passing, scoring 6. Their defense, 11th overall. Rush, they're number 1. Pass, they're 21st. Scoring, they're 8th. Very evenly matched. If you look at the team stats and what they're good for overall, and honestly, Bills have a better, we're top 5 in offense. We're top 10 in defense. They are neither, right? They're outside of the top 10 on both offense and defense. So really, if you're going by those stats, the Bills do have the better team. But I don't always go by stats, right? Stats don't always tell the whole picture. Turnover differential, Bills plus -1, Jaguars 13. So look, man, here's the deal, man. It's going to be 70 degree in Jacksonville. I don't know about rain or anything right now. I have to look. But it seems like it's going to be a nice day, which means a nice day for Josh Allen, who plays really well in those environments. Look, man, a lot of Bills Mafia, a lot of Jacksonville fans are saying Jacksonville is going to rout us. They're going to dog walk us. It's simply not going to be the case, guys. Buffalo has played very good football, playoff football. I mean, outside of the Chiefs games, we're in every single game. We've heard the doubters, before. As long as you got Josh Allen, man, you're always in these games, and I believe this will be proof of that. I'm not crazy about Jacksonville's run game. I think we'll be just fine against them. I know ATN has the speed to take it to the house, but he's not a super threat to us. I think we'll be fine. We'll contain him, and I think we will make. We'll get to Trevor Lawrence. And Trevor Lawrence, if you get to him, he starts making mistakes. That's one thing he's been known to do. So if Buffalo can get after him, knock him around a little bit, have him hearing footsteps, you're going to start seeing some mistakes by Trevor Lawrence. That's what he's done throughout his career, and I expect that to be done this game. I think Buffalo's going to be aggressive. They're going to attack Lawrence. I think Bosa, you're going to see a good game from Bosa in this game. This is exactly why we signed him, to be that playoff threat on the defensive line. And I think he's gonna get to Lawrence here. Our pass defense is number 1 in the league for a reason. I think Christian Benford is underrated. He's one of the better corners in the league. Trey White, Jesus, I mean, I was dissing him for a little bit. Trey White came on in the second half of the season. That dude has been playing very good football. I love what I'm getting from Trey White. Cole Bishop, that dude is starting to become one of the better safeties in the NFL. I like Cole Bishop a lot. Jordan Poyer has been great next to him as a veteran safety. And yeah, I think the defense has really been coming on strong over the last month. Our run offense, James Cook, by the way, got snubbed as an All-Pro. He's an All-Pro 2. Should have been all. How do you not have the lead?
Bijan, number 1, right?
Yeah, Bijan, over the number 1 running back in the NFL. I'm sorry, that's fucked up. Cook should have been number 1 at All-Pro because what's going on here? Whatever. But James Cook is a stud. I was wrong on that. I didn't think the Bills should re-sign him. I was totally wrong. I'll eat crow on that. He is a weapon, and I think he's going to be a weapon in this game as well. I like Gabe Davis, the return, going back to playing against his former team in Jacksonville. I know he hasn't done much, but Allen and him have a great connection. And playoff Gabe is a little different. Playoff Gabe is steps up. And I know he's not the greatest, but in the playoffs, Gabe Davis has had some really good games. He's had some really standout games, and this could be one of them. I'm not saying it will, but against his old team, I think Josh needing to go to a receiver in this game when things are tight Gabe could be that option because he's so familiar with Gabe Davis. But Kincaid being healthy is a big plus for this team. He is our weapon on offense. He's going to be huge in this game, I think. I think you could see over 100 yards for Kincaid. Our offensive line is one of the best in the NFL, which is going to protect Josh Allen and give him those opportunities. Give the run lanes to James Cook. So I think offensively we'll be just fine, guys. Here's what I got to say. This is what this is what's been hurting the Bills all season. And if we could correct this in the playoffs, I think we'll be just fine. Getting out the gate stronger, meaning don't trail at halftime. We've trailed 9 times. We've only won 4. We're 4-5 when trailing at the half. We're 7-0 when leading at the half. Big difference, right? Huge difference. So when you I need to see this team get off to a better start, and I need the offense to get off to a better start, meaning don't get off to a clunky start, right? Put some points up early, go up in the half, go up, leading at the half, and we'll be just fine because we are the number 1 team in the second half, offensively and defensively. So we are a second half team, but if we can make this into a full game where we're a first half and second half team, we will be a tough out in the playoffs. We just got to correct that. We cannot be trailing in this game. You just can't, right? So that's what I have. I have the Buffalo Bills winning this game. Close. I'm going to go 30-24 Buffalo. I think it's a 6-point swing. I think it's a back and forth game. I think it's a shootout. I think both teams are just kind of going through it, the motions. But I think Buffalo edges it out at the end. So 30-24 Buffalo. What you got, Juan?
I think 2 factors you have to watch out for. If you said one of them, get to Lawrence and Lawrence start doing the dumb Lawrence stuff that we've always seen. The thing for him is that ever since they traded for Jacoby Myers is when that offense completely transformed. He had his more reliable grown man safety blanket. And I know Jacoby Myers isn't a great name, but me personally, because
he stepped up.
I know who that man is, and he is extremely reliable. So if you let him
get
going, that's going to get Trevor Lawrence going, and you have a problem. So those to me are the 2 things you have to do in order to take them down. I'm going against my gut. My gut tells me you're going to lose, but I'm not going to pick them. My pick is yours, 31-26. Very close to your score.
Yeah.
You win the shootout,
right.
Josh, because I don't see how they stop your guy. To be 100% honest, at the end of the day, in that weather and a very nice day, Josh had a week to rest. I don't see how they stop your boy scoring 30. And I think your defense leveled up a bit to the point where I think you can stop him for under 30. I like 31-26 Buffalo. My gut tells me otherwise, though.
No, I love it, man. Like
you're going to Denver. You're going to Denver.
Maybe. I'm with that.
Maybe.
So
you're gonna.
let's get into your game, man. Go ahead and let us know what you got, man.
If they were healthy, I would have a lot more to say. But the fact of the matter is, since they're so beat up on the line, Herbert is literally playing with a broken left hand, so he can't even grip the ball correctly when he's supposed to. The fear is gone. And plus, they're like, I like my matchup defensively against their line, obviously, because everyone should. And because I like my defensive backs against their wide receiving core. I think if we decide to play man, which is something we don't do often, which pisses me off because I hate zone defense. If we were to play more man in this game, I think we're going to do very well against this offense of the Chargers, because I like Carlton Davis on Wash Keenan Allen. I like Gonzalez against Johnston, who is their burner. Gonzalez will match him speed for speed. I'm not scared of that. And I do like a healthy Marcus Jones against Ladd McConkey. I think those matchups, we win all 3 of those matchups. I don't know how they really move the ball much against us with that beat up line. It will have to be against the tight ends, which they do. They have one that's been coming up, and we don't really defend them well, as you know from experience in both our games. So That's probably the only way. They're not a good run team because of their beat up line. Their rookie, I believe, is healthy now and will be coming back. Sutton Hamptons. Oh, Hampton. Is it Omarion? That sounds wrong. That's a singer. I'm not sure that's his name. But Hampton, their rookie running back who they drafted early, is going to be there in that game tomorrow night. So we'll see how much we can stop the run, albeit with them being a little bit handicapped with that offensive line. Now, the real matchup is the other side. Their defense, which is very good. I don't think statistically they're ranked that high. I'm not sure. But I know that they're a good defense. Their defensive coordinator, Minter, might be a head coach within the next 2 years because his defensive schemes are insanely good. That against Drake May is going to be the matchup. Josh McDaniels versus Jesse Minter. They play almost all zone. They're a cover 3 and quarters defense. So they're very good at stopping big plays. They won't allow deep passes like that. They keep everything in front of them, and they have fast players that attack up into the box. So they're not the team to run against. Hence why I said if we're able to run against this team, then means we can run the football, and the AFC has a problem. So that is what I'm saying, because they have big dudes up front that stop the run, and then Derwin James is a Swiss Army knife that will play pass, will play run. He'll hit the gaps to stop the run. Derwin James is still a beast. So their defense is what the scary part is. And Minter is really good at scheming. He's really good at when to know when to blitz. He's really good at knowing when to keep things in front. So that's going to be the test against Josh McDaniels. But we're going against who should be, and it's probably not going to be, the MVP of the league, who is sensational at dicing up zone defenses. He's been doing it all year, killing it. The better way to stop the New England Patriots is man defense, because our receivers aren't all that. So if you got corners who can match up one-on-one against our receivers, which you guys did for the most part in that second matchup, that is how you slow us down. But they don't do that. They play zone. If you let Drake May sit there and dice you up, you're going to lose the game. And that's what I think is going to happen. Our offensive line is now healthy for the most part. We have 2 decent left guards. Kind of Jared Wilson be in and out of the lineup a little bit. But our backup left guard is pretty good too, and he's a better run blocker. So we'll see how that works up. But our offense, Will Campbell's fine. So I like my line. I think this is probably going to be a Hunter Henry game, because they're also not that good at covering tight ends, even though they got Derwin James, but their tight end coverage isn't that good. So I like Hunter Henry and also Hooper to be the guys to really step up in this game and really move the ball. I like my team winning this game 28-20. I'm still going to give them a 1 score, but I like us controlling the game, moving the clock up a little bit, because they're also a team who leads, like, I think they may lead the league in time possession. I'm not sure, but I know they're top 5 in time possession. They like to hold on to the ball and take their sweet ass time going down the field. With my team, who's really good at third down stopping, we're top 10 and in stopping third downs. That's not going to fly with us. And you mentioned with Houston to be more aggressive. We don't have that problem. We like being aggressive. We like to go down the field. We like to test you, and we will be doing that as well. I think even though the more I talk, the more I feel like we're going to whip their ass. I don't think that's going to happen. I like 28-20 New England Patriots. We go on, and we'll see. We're probably, based on our assessments, we may be taking on Houston next round. We'll see. Okay.
All right. Yeah, man. Look, man. Chargers going to New England. Tough place to play. Chargers kind of, 11-6, good record. They have had a good season, but they're banged up. I don't know. Yeah, I don't honestly. Good for them to kind of even get into the playoffs at that. Considering,
and Herbert.
Yeah,
Herbert low-key should be an MVP candidate as well. Well, he had to
considering everything. Yeah. So, but they're just offensive line banged up. I mean, I think the Patriots are going to get to Herbert in this game because of that. And Herbert's already banged up, which is, could Herbert even make it through the course of the game? We'll see. That
he's led the league with quarterbacks with fumbles the last month too. Just keep that in mind.
Which is, yeah.
He can't.
I'll say this: the only way I see this game kind of being close if the Chargers defense gets some turnovers here.
I agree.
Get some turnovers and gets the Chargers good field position. That's the only way I see any kind of outcome here where the Chargers have a fighting chance. If the defense doesn't get turnovers, I just don't see the Chargers offense doing much. So I'm going to go New England here in a rout. You guys are favored by 3.5. I think you'll win by more than 3.5. I'll go 30-17. 30-17 New England. I just don't see it, man. I don't see the Charger. I just don't see it, man. I think they have just too much injuries to overcome, and I think New England for the most part is pretty healthy, playing at home. Confidence is at an all-time high. Like I said, it would have to be a very poor performance by Drake May, bad turnovers, bad decision making, where it leads to Chargers points, meaning, maybe a defensive touchdown or very good field position for the Chargers, and the game kind of gets out of hand. Maybe May just kind of, the big bright lights kind of fuck them up, but I just don't see it happening. Not against that team, right? Maybe moving forward, but I don't see it against the Chargers. So yeah, 30-17. I think this is a rout game. I just don't think the Chargers have enough juice, enough players.
If they win the first half and then lose the game by like 2 touchdowns, like that wouldn't surprise me because of what you said. Maybe the lights will be up a little bit too much. Drake likes to start a little happy,
a little excited.
Sometimes.
Get a little excited and make a bad decision.
And then Chargers is winning like 14-10 at the half, and then you blink.
Right.
There you go, 31-20. It's just like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past it.
So that's what I got, man, guys. It was a fun episode. We appreciate you guys rocking with us today. We'll be back next weekend for another AFC East Shakedown.
As long as we're in the playoffs, both of us.
As long as we're in the playoffs, yeah. Well, if we're bouncing, you won't see us. You'll see me on a different show, but no. So yeah, the playoff edition will go on as long as there's an AFC East team still in it. Put it that way.
Just in case that we're wrong today, we love you. We had a great season because we got to do this every episode now. We love you. We had a great season. You guys have been absolutely sensational, Chad. Oh, my God. I missed you, mother truckers, so much. But I'm pretty sure you will see us next week.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it would be shocking if both of our teams have an early exit. So, especially for the Patriots, how well they've been playing. For us, I think all of our games are, even if we get through this, which I believe we will, we'll be in tight. We'll be in tight games through the playoffs. Like I just think
I could see y'all smacking Denver, to be honest, but whatever. That's another. Maybe that's next.
We'll find out. All right, Bills Mafia, you guys rule. Appreciate you guys and appreciate everybody watching. We're out of here. Go Bills. Peace.
Bye. See, Peter, he's too fast. You gotta tackle me. It's B. You gotta press B. I'm pressing B. He's too fast. Going over here? Going over here now? Never get tired.